Did that work?
So, you guys, where we left off, I'll give everyone a quick rundown. I gave everyone the rundown of the full campaign, but specifically last time, you went in, you spent the day kind of wandering around the slums, and you got your first magic items from. Do you guys remember who that was from? Hey, thanks for the
The
lyric button
rapist.
mash.
Zero.
From Zero, that is correct. The half orc shaman woman, and you had a vision, Darrow. You were visited by a shadowy robed figure in the night, and he pointed you towards Zero, and she kind of guided you a little bit with some direction and those magic items. You went and had your first battle of the day in the arena, and Avitus, the saint of chance, the lord of the town that you're in, uh, was not impressed with just all of your opponents easily getting destroyed by you guys. So he wanted to give you a real challenge, and you guys failed that challenge, and Cracklash died. And then Avitus was going to come into the arena himself and was snatched out of midair and killed by the Lich, who appeared and has just caused all sorts of chaos and turned a bunch of people into skeletons and is trying to raise an army to apparently take over the world, is what it sounded like he said last time. So you guys are being ushered out of the arena with the rest of the civilian crowds by these people who've been turned into skeletons and are now working for the Lich and prodding and stabbing people and ushering everyone out into the streets of Chance. And that's where we'll start off. You guys have any questions, remarks, or anything about that, or what happened last time's questions?
Wow, I guess a lot did happen in the last couple minutes
Yeah, it
there.
was a lot. I didn't mean to just throw you
Yeah,
guys
no,
into it, but
it's
there
good.
it
It's really
was.
Are we
good.
gonna save space? Oh,
So, well, not really. And I was gonna
Yeah.
say, so since last session, you guys have not had a long rest or anything like that. So whatever your HP and spell slots, all of that stuff was left off last time, is still where you're at. So you're
Boy.
yeah. So I don't know what status you guys are in. You guys are allowed to tell each other that,
I'm
but
pretty healthy. I think
I'm
I have
fine.
2 more rages.
all right. So, all right, we left off. You guys have escaped from the pit. The crowds are kind of getting pushed out through these little arena stone doors, and the crowds are all just headed towards the center of town where the Lich told everyone to rally in the center of their cities and await further instruction from him. And the people who had their flesh torn off and the skeletons burst forth out of them, and these skeletons are now apparently under the control of the Lich, and they're poking and prodding people out into the streets, and you're getting pushed out in the crowds. That there's so many people packed into this arena that you can barely squeeze through them at all, and you're just getting pushed like a river of people out into the streets, and you pour out onto the streets, and you're through the actual pit gate you can see on the map. You're actually out into the open now. The guards that were standing guard in the pit and the slums, they are even being pushed around, and some of them have been killed. People are getting trampled to death, and the gate to the pit is just opened, and everyone's pouring out into the streets, and you can see the whole city outside of the slums is like this as well. Everyone's just funneling towards the marketplace, and you all kind of can look at each other and see each other, and you are trying to make your way out of the crowd around the gate a little bit and just get to the outside of the fence to get away from the people and get your bearings for a second. And you break out of the crowd and you stand there, and a couple of skeletons prodding the crowd walk past you, and they're just pushing everyone, funneling them towards the center market of town. And you look over and you see a figure just running to the outside of town as fast as possible, and they're wearing this like black hooded cloak, Red Riding Hood style cloak. And you can see from behind, you can see the cloak, and then you can see these really tall black fancy leather boots, and this figure is running away from you towards the outskirts of town, and they're carrying a head that's a severed head, and it looks like a like horned red severed head in their hands, and in the other hands they're carrying this like super fancy like great sword over their shoulder, and they're just booking it towards the edge of town. And another group of these citizens that are just being pushed out of the arena actually runs in front of him, and he slams into one of the skeletons. And I need you all to make a perception check really quick.
All right.
Button Mash, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming to the stream. Everyone roll for perception, please. 15, 15, 21. All right. So you guys like are getting jostled around by the crowd, and you step out and you get a second of freedom from the crowd, and you're all standing in a group together in like a little bit of a clearing, and you all look up and see this figure slam into the other group of people that's walking towards the center of town. And Darrow, you see this guy drop a little bit of, it looks like a pocketbook or something, and it drops to the ground, and he stands back up, and he just like with one, like he still has his hands full with like this severed red horned head in his hand, and in the other hand he has this great sword, and just like one swing takes out the skeleton that was prodding that group and continues running. And he's stopped by this figure that just teleports and appears in front of him, and it's Lady Rosiel. And you're probably a good maybe 75, 80 feet away from this guy now. Like he's running towards the outside of town, just trying to leave town, it looks like, just not even towards any road or anything, just straight towards the mountains that surround the island. And Rosiel teleports in front of him, and he stops, but he doesn't look like he's been like surprised by this person. He stops, and you can see them like lean in, and he talks to her for a second, and he like holds the head up, and he like looks like he's showing it to her and talking to her about something, and then he like puts it back down, and she like nods her head at this guy and teleports and disappears again. And he just continues just booking it towards the like forest foothills at the base of the mountains that surround the island that Chance is a part of, and you can tell that he's just running towards them. What do you guys want to do?
Let's follow that guy.
I want to climb on Chad's back.
Chad, how do you feel about that?
Trampled.
Oh, you want to get on, little buddy? Here, I'll help you.
So you guys start to follow him. Darrow, you noticed him drop what looked like a little bit of a notepad.
Yeah, as we're following, I want to grab that. And
okay. So as you're walking over to where he like bumped into this crowd of people and dropped what he was carrying, you can see more and more people just getting funneled out. So you kind of realize you need to pick up the pace, or you're gonna get seen by one of these groups of people that realizes you're not going to where you're supposed to be going. And you grab the book and you just hightail it away. And as you get towards like the edge of town, and let me see if I have a map of the actual city here so I can show you guys what the city looks like, not just the slums close up, right? 1 second.
You had one last time.
There we go. So if you guys can see that. So you got out of the pit in the center of the slum area now, and you're kind of like running towards those foothills by the bridge, and you're just like heading out of town, like trying to get out of this area. And Darrow, as you run, do you take a look at that notebook?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so as you guys are heading out and following this guy, you can see that he has like jumped across the little kind of stream like river, and he waded a little bit across and jumped out and ran towards the like farmhouse on the other side, the farmhouses, and he's like heading towards those little foothills. and you open this little notebook as you are chasing this guy or following him. I guess I don't know how, or if you guys are running or just leisurely walking along, but you definitely are trying to pick up your pace a little bit. But you pop open this notebook and all of the pages are torn out except for like 2 or 3, and you can see on the inside cover it's got a signature scrawled into it, and it says Hicks. And
Fast.
the couple of pages that are left in it explain in kind of moderate detail that he has been contracted and working for Rosiel this entire time. Like you guys knew that he had been working for Rosiel, like procuring the stone cursed statue and like bringing slaves and objects of interest back for the nobles. But this notebook is a kind of contains a little bit of a explanation of a job that he has been hired by Rosiel for, and he's been working with her to collect power and like perform these rituals to bring back this lich character and to overthrow Avitus. And it explains that he and Rosiel had planned to take over the city of Chance together once they kind of gained favor with the lich in order to kill Avitus. But something went wrong with their plan, and Rosiel had wrote him this letter and wrote him these notes to head to the safe house and the keep that they have been kind of amassing their rebellion in. And he is, as you kind of figure out reading over this, and you're skimming it quickly, not really reading all the details, but you figure that he dropped this note that told him to go towards the safe house, and you're now chasing him, so you figure that that's where he's going. The foothills and the mountains where he looks like he's heading to is probably like a good half a day's trek from the city. And now that you have kind of got towards the outskirts of the city barrier, like there's not a wall around the city or anything, that's kind of just like turns into this big open plains, and there's some trees occasionally, and you pass the river and these rolling hills of farmhouses that are on the outskirts of the city of Chance. You can see that the road that you came into the city on, like there was a little bit of a mountain pass where you talked to that dragonborn like guard captain when you got off the ship at the docks, and that dock had a road that came all the way through the mountain pass into the city and into the valley that the city's in. You can see that that road is entirely covered with both guards and the skeletons that the people had like been transformed into, and they look like they're just patrolling that front road. And as you come over like the final hill to get out of town, and you can see all of those guards patrolling and everything, you can see like a good distance in front of you now, probably like half a mile in front of you guys now, is what you now know to be Captain Hicks. And he's just like, he's strapped his sword into his back, and he's carrying this skull, like this severed head, like football style, and just like bolting across the open field towards the mountains. And yeah, you guys are out of the city. What do you guys think?
I think Daryl thinks that should definitely avoid the guards at all costs, because they seem to be working with the Lich already.
Why?
I mean,
Only Daryl know what the letter was, right?
I'll just go ahead and tell you guys.
Yeah, you can like you can
this letter.
You can just assume that you just explained it to everybody.
Oh, betrayal again? He tried to kill us? Once, then twice? Damn Captain.
I think the first time was just a well, it was just a common mistake, but this time we're definitely going to kill him. I think he has our friend's head, to be honest. It looks like it, right?
My head?
Your head.
Go ahead and make an I guess, investigation check.
Everyone?
Just Darrow. You never really got a good glimpse at it. You just saw that it was red and it had horns. So you could
It's definitely a horned head, guys.
You could infer whatever you would think from that. So, are you guys continuing on? Are you following this guy, or are you just stopping to catch up and talk for a second?
Yeah, so is the next logical step to chase this guy relentlessly, or are we gonna try and set up camp and rest if you guys need some sort of tools or some sort of rest for your spells? I don't know how you guys work.
Yeah, you should definitely rest.
Is that what you guys want to do? Because I mean, he's gonna do something when he gets to that place where Missy is. So what are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna stop them, or are we gonna rest and go get them?
Chad is
ready to run
right now. Okay, Chad is not speaking sense anymore.
Can we rest here safely?
It'd be good if I rested because I've already blown half my spell slot.
Okay, where do we sleep?
Golda, you still got that camel thing? We left everything behind.
Yeah, they took my bag.
It seems like a nice day. Maybe we can. I don't know.
But we're not safe here.
A nice day to lose your soul.
Maybe we can just patrol.
Goldu, make a nature check, please. So Goldu says, "You guys, we're not safe here," and you can look behind you and like right down the hill back into the city. You can see just like the crowds of skeletons like funneling everyone into the big market in the center, and then they're like patrolling out and forming like this big barrier around the outskirts of town, and they're starting to just like comb through the city looking for people. And he definitely is right. You're not safe here. And with that check, Goldie, you can see like towards the direction that Hicks was running to, like not quite at the mountains. Like this island is let me see if I can show you this. The island, like you can see there, is just totally like surrounded by mountains towards the sea that it's in. And at the base of the mountains is like these foothills and forests and stuff, and you can see like maybe only an hour or two away from where you are now. If you were to leave, you could probably find a safe place to stay and rest for a while, but you're definitely not in a safe place currently.
We need to move forward then to the mountain.
Chad agrees.
Sure.
All right. So, are you still on Chad's back there, Goldie?
Heck yeah.
So you guys embark, and you obviously can't keep pace with Hicks. He's just like pretty much going full speed as much as he can, and you've pretty much lost sight of him at this point. He just has got smaller and smaller and turned into just a little blip on the horizon running towards these hills, and you're going as fast as you can to get away from the city, but you're getting tired, and you've already had a full morning plus a battle with this like stone minotaur, and then you had to like try to escape this flooding pit of the arena, and now you're like trying to run for your lives away from the wreckage of everything that happened with the Lich. And you eventually get to the like start of this little forest and the foothills beneath the mountains, and there's still, at least as long as you have traveled so far, like a good hour or two out of the city, there's at least that much distance left to like really getting up into like wherever you could try to find a pass through the mountains. But you've got into the foothills, and there's some nice tree coverage now, and you're far enough out that looking back towards the city, you can see like if there was any large groups of enemies coming towards you, you'd be able to see them in time. So you feel like you're getting relatively safe enough, and you just want to walk through the forest and get into at least a good enough clearing to feel like you could make a camp there. As you enter the little woods in the foothills of this mountain range, what are all of your passive perception stats? Let me know.
Passive perception.
Should be on the
13.
Oh yeah, 10.
Okay.
12.
Okay. So as you guys first enter into the woods in the foothills, you don't notice anything. You haven't seen Hicks. He must have disappeared into the forest, running towards the foothills. And you're just wandering along, and it's really quiet, like unnaturally quiet. There's no like wildlife noises. Normally you would expect to hear like some birds chirping or some animals, like a rabbit hop by every once in a while. It's a really nice like woodland area with these like huge towering pine trees and rolling hills, and it's just eerily quiet. And Chad, you think that you hear a twig snap off in the distance, and you stop and investigate it. And you guys stop for a second, and you look off, and you can't really see anything. And
What's that?
You stand there for a minute, and nothing really happens. So you just continue along your way for another few minutes, and it looks like you have got to this clearing in front of you. You've been kind of wading through like some thick trees at the beginning of the foothills, and then you get to what looks like a kind of like winding clearing with some like dead trees surrounding it, and then just like a big open patch of this hilly plains grassland type area. And everyone make a perception check for me.
Spooky.
Jesus. Come on, Goldu. Yes.
So
Yes.
as you guys come into this clearing, Chad has already been like kind of like on his guard, and like he really thought he heard something before, and has just been like watching through the tree line as much as he could, but there's like not a lot of light gets in through the trees and stuff. So you guys come into this clearing, and Chad's already like telling you guys like watch your backs, and as soon as he says that, Goldu can see above a bit of the like close up tree line, because he's standing on Chad's back. And Goldu, you spot a silver streak of like fur just like dart past a tree and disappear behind another little grove of trees. And it's time to roll initiative.
Googers.
Oh.
Ho 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 ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Let me know what you guys roll.
After you.
2 nat 20s.
Oh, so Darrow with a 20, Chad with a 20, and Goldie with a 15. Very nice. So
Chad, you would go first.
since you guys tied, yeah, you can choose however you want to make this
But do you
happen.
want me to buff you first, Chad?
I still have like if we still have like the temporary HP, I still have some left over. But if not, it doesn't really matter. You can do it right after anyways. I probably won't be in too much trouble.
All right, go first.
All right. Hopefully everyone on the stream can see. Let me make sure I've got it. The battle map here. This is the one I was rushing to try to get done in time, but you can see through the clearing you've been kind of surrounded by this group of wolves.
So many.
Dogs.
So I'm
die.
assuming this is how you guys were kind of standing, because Chad was in front with Goldu on his back. Goldu, you hop off as soon as the battle begins here. And 1 second, everyone.
Boom, boom.
Break your desk.
Rap.
I just feel like it's like damage I'm taking.
All right, so the wolves in the back that were kind of like scouting you guys out from ahead have kind of circled around, and they now are going to move towards you, and they get pretty close, and they get to about right there, and then Chad, you've dropped Goldu off your back, and it's your turn.
All right. Chad goes into a full rage. He doesn't like the look of these wolves. He does not like how they look.
Rage time.
All right. He brings out his great sword, the
Very
Chad
nice.
Maker, and he takes a giant step forward.
Giant step forward.
And turns it into a big old cleave in the same motion for
like
the 2 hits.
Stepping cleave.
Yeah, but he doesn't really slow, so it like almost looks like he's like not gonna do it.
Oh, nice. So he's trying to juke him out a little bit, even maybe.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll. Okay. 1 second here. Let me get the stats all pulled up. Knew I was forgetting something. You definitely hit with that, so you can go ahead and roll your damage if you want. And that's a cleave, right?
Yes.
So you're going to hit both of them. Sounds good. 1 second.
That's 14 damage.
With the cleave, does it change anything? Like, do you it still just does full damage to both of them?
It's all it says is up to 2 targets that I can hit with my weapon.
Is that a special attack or just your regular attack action?
It's just like a regular attack. Like it's nothing like special. Like it's just like the weapon type.
Oh, great swords just naturally can do that.
Great.
Okay.
Like, I think it's like 2-handed like mighty weapons.
Cool. Okay. Cool. So you hit and you did 14. You said.
Yes.
Okay. So the one directly in front of you, you kind of cleave at them, and you like cut into the like under right in the chest of this wolf in front of you, right underneath its head. And as you do that, you like kind of clip the one right next to it, and they've both taken like huge gashes into them. The one in front of you more so, and it actually like drops down onto like onto 2 legs in its front, and it like kneels down onto like its forearms on its front legs, and it kind of hobbles down a little bit before it catches itself. And then the wolf. What's that? Oh, you have more?
Yeah, can I use my bonus action to
absolutely.
go into a frenzy and use an extra attack?
Do you have to use an action to rage?
I already did it, and I don't think so. Let me see.
You probably do, I would imagine. You could probably rage as a bonus action, but I'm not sure. Let me see.
I'm looking for
Let's pull it up here. Yeah, it's a bonus action to rage, so you have already used yours for this turn.
All right, perfect. All right, then that is my turn.
All right, so as soon as you like take this big cleaving swing into these ones and kind of like really take a big hit at them, the forest on your right, you can just see bounding out of it, another one comes out and runs right behind you and kind of like sandwiches you in, and they start to surround you a little bit, and it will take a bite at you, Chad. And it's a natural 20. Let me see here. What do we got? So you're going to take 12 piercing damage, but you have damage resistance from rage, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna take six damage from this big bite.
All right.
And then it's going to be Darrow's turn.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with my spear.
Okay.
The one standing in front of Goldu.
Sure. If you... never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, never mind. I just won't do anything.
Hang on. Let's see. Okay, that is a miss. You wind up with the spear and try to stab at it, but it's kind of circling around trying to surround Chad, and it dips out of the way.
All right, Chad.
You still have your movement and bonus actions and all that if you want to do anything else. Thank you, Button Mash, for the lurk. I appreciate it, man.
I don't know if I can do Bardic Inspiration on bonus action.
We can find out.
I thought it was. Let's check.
Yeah, I can do it. I'll give Chad Bardic Inspiration.
Heck yeah.
Yep, bonus action. Cool. So that automatically, like, hits him, right? And then he can just use it whenever.
Yeah, he just has to be within 60 feet, and he can use it when he feels.
Okay. And he can add that to a saving throw or an attack roll. Is that correct?
Add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw made.
Cool. All right.
D6.
And then you just have to take that away from your total die.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Good. And then it's going to be one more big bad wolf's turn, and he's going to run and kind of join the pack behind the rest of them. And Goldu, you're up.
I want to try to stealth.
Okay, so since the one that's in front of you is like actually like facing this way, so
I need to go behind the... Oh, it's facing this way?
I mean, you're flanking it out. You might as well just attack it.
yeah. So since you like sneak attack, you just have to be attacking with advantage, right? You are flanking the wolf behind Chad, and it's like facing towards Chad and not really like paying attention to you. So you have advantage on this attack already. So
Oh, yes.
you can use your sneak attack. Yeah.
Okay, then I try to sneak attack him.
Cool. Go ahead and roll. 14. So you hit.
Nice. So I roll 2d6 sneak and 1d6. 3d6.
So 3d6.
Damn. 3, 2.
So you take a
9.
oh, you add your dex as well, so 9 damage. All right, so you wait for your spot when this thing is kind of perfectly lined up with Chad and not giving you too much of mind, and you kind of crouch down and wait for a second and silence yourself, and then you strike with your awesome new dagger, and you take a big chunk out of its back, and it reels back in pain, and it lets out this big yelp and kind of like whines a little bit and drops down as well, and then it picks itself back up, and it's like snarling at you now. And the remaining wolves in this pack run out of the forest, and they come and continue surrounding you guys, and they will both make attacks at Chad as well.
I'm going to go ahead and interrupt which other one you're doing first.
Sure. The one on his left. What are you going to do?
Using cutting words, I can interrupt anything within 60 feet.
Is it a reaction?
I'm assuming so, because it's whenever an attack roll is made by an enemy. When a creature you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use reaction to spend one of your bardic inspirations.
Okay, cool.
Rolling a bardic die and subtracting it.
So the one on his left, this one that's highlighted here, is going to make an attack roll at him, and you are going to roll a D4 or a D6.
I'm assuming it's a D6.
It says in your bardic inspiration.
Yeah, bardic inspiration is D6.
D6.
The die size changes based on what level you are, so definitely want to make sure. It is a D6 right until you're at level 5. Yeah. Nice. Cool. So yeah, roll a D6 and subtract that from the animal's attack roll. He rolled a 1, so he got a -1. He takes a bite at Chad's leg, and he ends up biting the ground, taking a big mouthful of dirt.
Stupid dog.
Dirt pie.
The one on the right will also miss. Take a big clamp at you and just get a mouthful of your leather armor and not really do any damage, and just pulls back away and continues circling around. And it's back to the top of initiative here, and the first two that kind of started the attack on you guys, and one of them will run around and take a bite at Darrow.
Jerk.
He's gonna lunge at you and try to snap at you as well, and he misses. And then the first one will just make an attack at Chad here.
It's a pack of blind wolves.
Yeah, you guys are getting lucky here. My dice are not enjoying me today. That one is gonna miss Chad as well.
They're scared. Yeah. They're scared. They're like, oh, if I bite him, maybe it'll like break my teeth.
So it's Chad's turn.
I don't want him to hit me. All right, Chad's gonna hit them. All right, Chad turns around and he sees those two facing his friends, and they're both injured. And he raises his sword and he goes into a reckless attack.
Okay.
So he's gonna go do that.
So you're gonna cleave with advantage.
Yes, on those two closest to my
The ones
ally.
below you, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Hiya! Okay, try again. Oh.
All right. So let's see. The first attack hit actually.
Yes.
And you can roll damage on these two wolves here.
All right, that's 16.
All right, so you take this winding cleave, and you just like kind of obliterate them, and there's just this spray of blood, and they're both instantly killed. One of them, you like spill its guts open, and there's just this pile of guts and refuse in front of Goldu.
You see that? You see that? That's what's gonna happen to you! He looks at all the other wolves.
As you're like, okay.
As you say that, this one in the back actually runs around and completes the empty circle that you have just caused, and it'll take a bite at you.
Bring it on!
All right, this one hits. It's either been a 1 or a 20 today, so this one has a nat 20. And it is going to hit you for, what did I say before?
23 damage.
12 damage. So 6 again as you're raging and resistant to it. So take a chunk of 6.
That's
and who's up next? Darrow?
Meta question. How does the read work? Do I use it at the same way as the cutting words? And does it take away the bardic inspiration from Chad?
How does what work?
Resting read that you gave us last
Can you read can you read the read? Do you still have the description of what I said it does?
Yeah. The resting read, a trinket that empowers the bard's chosen instrument. Anytime the bard gives a player bardic inspiration, that bard may have them roll 1 die of whatever size their hit die are, and heal that much health.
So
only once per long rest.
So that is as soon as you like bestow, as soon as you use your bonus action to give them bardic inspiration, you can have them do that. I totally forgot about it, so we can just assume that happened. So Chad, if you want to roll what size is your hit die, Chad? Like the die that you would roll during a short rest. Like, how much HP does your character gain every time they level up? Like, is it a D10 or a D12?
It's one of those two. I don't know where I saw that though. I don't know where I saw that.
Hang on.
Temporary hit points, no? 3 hit dice.
Three hit die, but it doesn't say what size they are. I should know this. Hang on.
D8. And when I click
Donald's
on
a
it,
D8.
Right, each class is different though. Like,
yeah, you just have to click on it.
oh yeah, so just click on a hit die, I guess.
Click on it.
Chad.
Where?
It's under your
Under
HP.
Oh, the letters.
So yours is a
D12.
D12. So
Nice.
you can roll a D12 and heal that much. You rolled an 8, so you heal for 8 because whenever Darrow's bagpipes bestow our inspiration on you, he can have you heal 1 hit die.
Oh, that's sick. Oh yeah, because that's his like item. Is like
Yeah, his magic item is like
So
a
remember to do it when I give it to you.
magical read. I don't know if I put a cooldown on the description for that item.
Once per long
Darrow?
rest.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say if not, I definitely meant to.
All right, cool.
All right, Darrow, that wasn't part of your turn. Essentially, that's what you did last turn with your inspiration. So you can still take your actual turn now, Darrow.
Okay. I'm gonna poke at the wolf again. It's not have advantage, right?
Yep, it's yeah, you should. It's essentially flanked.
Yes.
Is that D20 plus what? What's the advantage roll?
Advantage, you just roll 2 D20 and then you take the higher roll.
If you have initiative bonus, it work too.
Okay.
So yeah, you just take your higher roll. So 18, you definitely hit. So roll damage with your spear.
Do you remember what I said? I'll just one-hand it. I'm not gonna cheese you.
You can be
I don't remember
two-handing.
what I
It's
said,
fine. I don't
to be
think you have
honest.
anything else. You don't have a shield, do you?
No, but I have the choice to one-hand or two-hand. I didn't say it at all.
I don't see why you would ever choose to one-hand it if you could two-hand it, right?
Yeah.
So 6 plus your strength modifier, I believe, which
It's negative, so that's a 5.
okay, so you take a big stab into the side of this wolf, and you actually like get it in between its ribs, and you pick it up a little bit, and then it like sags off, and you drop it on the ground and slam it into the ground, and it's pretty hurt. But that's it, and then what was the next one to act? I can't remember. I think the one on the left of Chad is going to try to take a big old bite out of Chad. And it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit you for 6 damage, so 3.
Ow.
Takes a big bite out of your leg, and
mouth.
it just goes through your armor and pierces you a little bit, but it doesn't really take
Chad
any
doesn't wear
flesh.
armor.
You have like leg armor on, like pants and stuff, right?
Like pants.
But it
that's not
bites through
armor.
your pants, is what I'm saying.
My pants.
You have a hole in your pants now.
My
Oh,
purely
man.
cosmetic pants.
You know how hard it is to get these size with the tail hole cut?
I imagine you just cut a hole and then
Yeah, I have the same.
It's
for
not that
my front
easy.
tail.
It's not as easy as it looks. Can you guys help me?
It is now
I mean, you,
Goldu's turn.
you didn't roll the die.
Roll the die. Oh, the inspiration.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you didn't do it.
I can't to defend myself.
Yeah, he can't do it to take away from their attack. That's only you can do that with cutting words, right?
No. When I was using the read thing,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever use it?
Yeah, he healed for 8 HP.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
It's Goldu's turn.
Can I sneak attack the dog in front of me?
You can, but you would definitely have to use your bonus action to try to hide.
Try it then.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Oops.
54. Okay, 21. That sounds more like it. It's still like it's still being flanked, and it's still like mostly focusing on Chad, so it doesn't really notice you. So you can fire off the old
Disappearing
sneak attack.
shadows.
And you are you have the halfling bonus, so you could easily get a sneak shot in there, I think.
Then I can roll 2 times, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have advantage on it, so you definitely hit. All right. 13 plus 3, 16. You this is the one, so now this has been like picked up and speared and gored by Darrow, and you take a big swing and you actually like take its back legs off, and it just falls to the ground, and it's like bleeding out, and you shove another dagger into the side of it and put it out of its misery, and it slumps over dead.
I have to roll for the gold.
Yes, you did a killing blow with your magical dagger, so roll a D100, and whatever it lands on, that's how much gold you get. 68 gold. Just
Are you gonna split that?
the blood
Gold? It's not even like copper. That's gold.
the blood of this wolf just turns into gold coins. So
There's a real inflation problem.
since you said that, Chad, I just like home brewed the money system in this world. We're not doing like copper, silver, gold, anything.
Nice.
Everything's just gold. So I have changed the prices of everything to reflect that, but I just made it so it's easier, so no one has to keep track of 4 different
You have
types
to
of
let me
coins.
do
You know what I mean?
the killing blow, guys. So
in
we can
reality,
get
that's only like 68 cents.
I didn't even
maybe.
know wolves had gold.
Yeah, the pool of blood just
You
turns
not
into
play the
this
game?
this fountain of coins, and Goldu scoops it up.
Cue the
Is
music.
the you didn't precise, but is the killing blow gold is 1 per day too?
No, it's just anytime you do a killing blow on something.
Straight.
Yep, anytime.
Let
So
me
if
get
you
the
guys
last
can,
kill.
if you guys can set it up to where you always get the kill, you can definitely try to take advantage of it.
Chad, I can help you, but like, you're like in the worst spot.
I want to move behind.
Yeah, you
the
still
wolf.
have your rest of your turn. Where do you want to go?
Sandwich the wolf behind, further away, north.
So you can move 5, 10. These trees here are difficult terrain, so to move through
Can't
those,
I-
it takes double.
I cannot get past the. Oh yeah, no, never mind. Where do I can move then?
You can go. I think you can move through Chad actually, so you should be able to go like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I can get behind the wolf, that is the most.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll assume that you can get there. That's fine. Moving past this one, however, and then going here, you're going to take an opportunity attack. So he's going to try to bite at you while you're getting behind him. What's your AC?
14.
Okay, so he's going to take a bite at you and try to deal 6 damage to you. And I don't think you have any resistance or anything, so take 6.
No. Will do.
And now it's going to be the 2 wolves' turns here. The top one is going to take us try to take a chunk out of Chad. It's going to miss, and then this one's actually going to run to this corner here, and it's going to try to bite you, Goldu. And your AC was 14, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that one's going to hit you as well, so take another 6.
Will do dead.
Really?
No.
It's like, oh shit, you guys are gonna get
I
just
should have cut in word that one.
it's like the rest of this stream is not gonna go well if this killed you guys. All right, so you took 6, and those 2 took their turn. Chad, it's back to you, man.
All right, Chad.
All right.
If you don't move, I can help you.
I will not move. Chad
Okay.
is going to do another reckless attack onto the one to his left and the one above him for a cleave.
Sure.
And yeah, he's just gonna go for that right now.
Sounds good.
Ugh. Ugh.
All right, so you hit. Roll your damage for it. Big cleave. You bring up your almighty greatsword.
8 damage.
And you do 8 damage.
What's the better
So
rolled?
the one in front of you is actually one of the ones that you like gored into to begin with, and it is like it takes the hit from the sword, and not only does it like gash into it where you already hit it before, but it just like flings it 10 feet out of the way, and it's slumped over dead. The one to your left now takes the sizable hit, but it seems like it's still pretty sturdy.
Alright, I want to use my bonus action to do a frenzy attack.
Sure, what's
The
that?
one on the left. That's just the bonus attack I can
Okay.
do for a bonus action. So I'll just do that single attack onto the wolf and right in front of me to the left.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
And I'm still, obviously,
Oh yeah, you're still raging for sure.
I'm reckless because of this whole turn.
Cool, that's a hit.
Alright, and I'll roll damage. That's a 10.
All right, and so it kind of like jumped back a little bit from your first attack on it. You swiped at it and took a big slice out of it, but this one it was not expecting, and you like full overhand swing on the backswing hit it, and you just split its head open, and it's dead. You killed it, you monster dog killer.
Wow.
Yes, the blood, the blood.
And this last one, seeing that its brethren have been slain, kind of runs around through the woods here and gets around and tries to attack Dara from the side.
I'm cutting words it. No, just let it go. Go ahead.
That's what.
Nat 20, so take 12 damage.
So much HP.
Kill it! Don't let it escape!
It is now Darrow's turn.
Help.
Inshallah, there.
I've seriously rolled like 3 20s and like 5 1s today. What the hell?
We get dice.
Yeah.
So this is the issue here, guys. I could get it away from me, but problem is like spell casting is like really low here.
We don't care.
And
Gotta
I'm going to
kill
need to
it.
cure wounds.
We can
Me
sleep.
and probably chat.
You can use bandages.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we have bandages. We'll bandage you up, okay? We just gotta kill this wolf.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and thunder wave it.
Thunder.
All right. So Thunderwave is that a 15-foot square in front of you?
Yeah, it's a cone, so it'll just miss chat.
It's a cone? I thought Thunderwave was a square.
It's a cone.
What's the one that's a square? I'm almost positive that it is.
Yeah, Thunderwave was a square. Oh, you got it wrong, DM. Bad DM.
So, no, I have to look it up now. Hang on.
I'm positive it's a cone.
All right. So even if it was a square, like you could do a 15-foot square like this.
My
You know
bad,
what I mean?
Cube. I'm
Cube.
sorry.
That's right. That's right. So you could do it like this. Like just assume that the other line of the cube is like off the map, right? Like this.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Because it's like a 15-foot that emanates from one side of you, so you can do it
Yeah.
like right here and hit that guy. So it's that makes him roll a saving throw, correct? It's not a spell attack. It makes him save.
Constitution,
Okay, so his Constitution, I have that right here, is +1. He rolled a 13. So what is your spell save DC? It should be 8 plus your spellcasting modifier, I believe, right?
14.
14. All right. So he did not save. So he takes some number of D8 and he gets knocked back.
Yeah, what's the spell attack bonus thing too?
Your spell attack bonus should be your it starts with 8, so it's 8 plus your spellcasting stat, so charisma, right?
Yeah, it says 6 right here. It's my spell attack bonus. What do I add that to the D8 rolls?
You add that to either your attack roll, so 2 hit with a spell attack, or that's how much they have to beat to save from one of your Thunder Wave type spells.
Gotcha.
So on this, what does it say for damage? It should just say like
It's just 2D.
2d8. Okay, so it's going to be like 8 plus your charisma plus your proficiency bonus is how you calculate what they have to beat when they roll.
Gotcha.
So 2d8, so 5 damage, and he gets knocked back 10 feet. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so he's knocked back into the trees and takes a good bolt of thunder to the face, and he's like really thrown off because most wolves in the wildlife have probably not ever been hit by lightning before. We're getting raided here. Hang on one second, everybody.
Probably don't get
Lucy with a 17 viewer raid. Holy cow, everyone. Say thank you to Lucy. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Lucy.
Major thanks to that. I hope you're having an awesome stream, Lucy. I was hosting you earlier playing some Resident Evil, it looked like. Welcome, everyone. We're playing some D&D. The party is just about to wipe up this little wolf encounter that we have going here. And then we are heading on to some exciting things for the rest of this session. If you're a big D&D fan, definitely stick around. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to get back into the gameplay. But Lucy, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone enjoys themselves. My name's Elder Sith. We play D&D every Wednesday. And starting in June, every Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have 2 different campaigns going on. So if you're into that, definitely stick around. Thank you so much, Lucy. You're awesome, man. Super appreciate it.
You can see the dog because of the skull.
So, hang on one second. How's that?
Nice.
So, our party was attacked by these this group of 6 wolves in the forest, and they've mopped them all up except one. Our bard Darrow has thunder waved one back into the trees, and now it's the amazing rogue Goldew's turn to...
Oh man, I want to skedaddle straight away from this thing.
Sure. Yeah, wherever you want to go. Just as far away as you can.
As far as possible, yes.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's say you just ran all the way over there. Goldew, you're up, man. Yeah, Lucy, this is...
Try to sneak.
This is D&D. Cool, roll stealth. This is D&D. This is just a map that I've created, so mostly D&D is all like imagination, right? But I do have like maps and things set up to make it a little bit easier to visualize for the stream.
Suck, Goldew.
So you feel like you might be stealthy, but you're gonna try to sneak over to this thing?
I use my cunning action to sneak again.
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
Aha.
Very cunning of you.
You feel more sneaky than you just did before.
Then I go to his mutt and I stab.
All right, you're gonna try to take a swing at this thing. It got blasted back into the tree line from that thunder wave, and it's kind of reeling against the tree right now, and it doesn't notice you kind of sneak up to it and take a swipe at it. And you have advantage on the attack since it's a sneak attack.
13 I did. Oh, you have to roll again?
You have advantage, yeah, you can take the best of 2. That's gonna hit. So roll your damage. Big sneak attack, 3d6. Oof. Plus 3, right? So 14?
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Plus 3, sorry. Plus 3. Sorry.
Okay. So you just gut this thing, and it was already not really paying attention, and you just slide that magic dagger in and finish it off, and it just bursts into this pile of gold from the magic dagger. So roll a d100. Our rogue Goldew has procured this magic dagger that anytime it makes a killing blow, it gives him anywhere from 1 to 100 gold pieces. 73, man, you just got rich off of this battle. Nice, you killed it. It's it is dead, and you guys cleaned up this little encounter. The wolves have all died, and you kind of ensured the safety of this little clearing here. And
Can we skin them?
sure, yeah, you can. I'll say that like they all got kind of like destroyed in the battle. Chad kind of cleaved them all up a bit, but let's say at least one of them was intact enough that you got a small wolf pelt off of it, Goldu.
Any food? Can we make any food out of them?
The meat's damaged and you didn't find any food, but when you get back into this clearing, you look down and you see one of the like fancy leather boots that Hicks was wearing that you saw him wearing before when he was running out of town. And there's a little like spot of blood on it, and there's like a little bit of a blood trail heading to the north out of this clearing. And it's been a few hours now since you left town, and you guys had quite the long day before you even left town, and the sun's starting to come down, and you're alone in the clearing, and it seems to be quiet.
I think Hicks was here, guys.
Who is this?
Really?
Mr. Pirate Chad.
Oh yeah, the traitor.
Boot man?
Yeah. I mean, look, his boot.
That's a long boot.
It's not my boot. It's not the wolf's boot.
Right, Chad. It's not the wolf's boot. People seen them wearing boots.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
How perceptive of you.
So you guys can decide what to do from here. You
guys
found
think
the
this
I
is
need to
good
rest.
enough to rest, or do you think there's more wolfies?
Yeah, can I roll a perception to see if this is a relatively safe place?
roll a survival check. Yeah,
Oh god.
there's a lot to it, Lucy. It's a very complicated game. I'm trying to simplify it down as much as possible for the stream. If you have any questions,
Wait.
feel free to ask, man.
Wait,
There's a lot
that's
to
so
it.
wrong.
Hey, David, welcome to the stream.
No.
A 7. So with a 7, you kind of look around in your surroundings, and with your like survival knowledge, you feel like this is the most safe place you've ever been in your life, and you definitely feel like you would be comfortable resting here.
Yeah, don't trust me, guys. I lived on the sea for years. I don't know anything about the woods.
So meta for a moment here, guys, because I know you have some abilities that kind of care about short rests, Darrow, and
Right.
you guys are in pursuit of something and both like kind of fleeing something as well. I will not like tell you that you can't do something. You can definitely try to take a long rest, but in a forest where you've just been attacked and like you're already like fleeing stuff, if you try to take a long rest is like a full rest, you know what I mean? Like a full night's sleep. From now on, like anytime you guys choose one or the other, like certain things will happen. Like if you're pursuing someone and you stop for a short rest, like maybe you took a break for an hour, a long rest, like you're gonna essentially like go to bed for the night and sleep for 8 hours, and things might happen because of that. So
Well, anyway, Gugu is almost dead, so we need to rest.
Yeah, if you short rest, I can give you guys some of my music and
I need
get an
healing, not
extra
torture.
D6 for your hit point roll.
So
Listen.
short rests, you still get to heal. You just have to use your hit dice to heal. And now that you guys have paused and rested and stuff, you can use your bandages or whatever you want.
So while are we short resting?
Yeah.
Up to you
sure,
guys.
that sounds good.
Okay, so while we're short resting, I use Song of Rest, which at the end of the short rest, by spending one or more hit die, each of these creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit point.
Okay, so you roll the d6, and then everyone will gain that much if they choose to heal with their hit die this rest.
We're all healing.
Yeah, and rolled one.
All right, let me roll my hit die first.
Overheal.
Nice. So now roll a d6, and then everyone gets to add that to their totals. Random British dude, glad to have you here. So everyone heal an extra 2. So Goldu, you guys don't get to roll the d6. Everyone just adds what Samurai rolled to his roll, what Darrow rolled. So Goldu, you'll heal for a total of 9. Chad will heal for 14, and Darrow will heal for 11.
I use bandages to heal myself again.
Sure. So that's a d8.
Do I have the lowest health on everybody? Jesus.
I have a question about Darrow's item. Does that mean is it a reset now that he's had a short rest, or does he need a long rest to be able to heal?
Once per long rest.
Okay.
Everything's
good to know. Good to know.
The only thing I can do with a short rest.
For me, like everything's just short rest or a long rest. Like nothing's different.
Yeah, every class's abilities are different. Like Warlock, they pretty much gain everything back on short rests, and then some classes like they have to take long rests. So it's definitely something that you guys are gonna have to figure out how to balance, like when and where you want to try to get a bigger rest in, you know. And I will try to make things work out like that, but it's part of the story and the gameplay, you know. Like you can't just choose to take 8 hours off in the middle of a battle and stuff. So we'll try to make it seem realistic, but also not be too brutally difficult before you guys get to rest again.
Is it a bandage or a combat bandage to D8?
Combat.
The ones that I gave you guys in the arena, those are a D8, so you heal for a D8, yeah.
The combat, right?
Yeah. I didn't know there was 2 different bandages. Do you have 2 different types?
I have one that is normal. It doesn't say anything else. And then I have the combat bandages.
Should be the same thing, so.
Maybe you just didn't write combat.
Yeah, they should be the same, just a D8. And then if you're at full health when you use that, it gives you 1d4 of temporary HP.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Just to let you guys know, I have 1 level 1 spell slot and 1 level 2 spell slot. So,
like in total, or like for now?
that's all I have until we long rest.
Oh, until you long. Okay.
Well, we need to get the fuck out this.
1 cure wounds or an attack, basically.
We need to keep moving, or we die.
So you guys take a minute. Tend to your wounds and bandage up, and Darrow plays a little bit of an inspiring healing song for you guys, and you realize it's starting to get pretty dark and you need to get a move on if you're going to catch up to Hicks and like make it to this keep that he mentioned in the notes before it's like too dark to see, so you continue on your way.
I have a meta question.
Sure.
If I choose to cast a level 1 spell, a level 2, does that save my level 1 slot?
Yeah, so if you, like, let's say, what level spell is Cure Wounds? Is it a level 1 spell?
Yeah, it's a 1.
So you can cast it with a level 2 spell slot, and it should tell you in the description of the spell, like, that gives you a bonus or something. And then you'll still have your level 1 spell slot that you can use to cast a different level 1 spell, or you can use the same spell over again. You know what I mean? You just can't use the same spell slot over again.
All right, perfect.
So if you have one level 1 spell slot and 1 level 2 spell slot left, you could use them both for Cure Wounds if you want to.
Got it.
Heck yeah.
Cool. So you guys continue on your way, and you come through this clearing, and you pick up Hicks's boot, take a little bit of a rest, and make your way out and back into the forest. And you're getting close to the base of this mountain here, and you can see, like, in starting to be like moonlight, it's getting really dark, and the forest has kind of like quieted off. Everything is like either asleep or not around, and you can see reflected on the moonlight the surface of this like small little kind of pond-like pool of water in front of you, and you can see a stake kind of pounded into the ground on the shore of this water, and you can see 2 ropes connected to the stake, and one of the ropes goes into the water and just disappears, and another one of the ropes goes into the water and is connected to a small little rowboat in front of you. And you can see the mountain face go up in front of you, and it's just this huge sheer cliff face, and it's just like absolutely straight up, and this is like hundreds of feet high, the mountains in front of you that are just like impassable, and the water in front of you is kind of like blocking you from getting to the mountains. And there's this little rowboat, and across the little pond you can see this like makeshift like dock slash deck of sorts, and it looks like it's made out of abandoned and like reclaimed wood, and there's like a deck and some stairs that go up, and it's built onto the side of this cliff face on the mountains, and you can see the like rear end of a pirate ship just sticking out of the mountainside. Like they've built a platform out of the back of a pirate ship, and the stairs go up to it, and then a deck goes across, and there's like a big crow's nest, like the big lookout platform from a pirate ship, that's just like planted onto this wooden dock. And there's like this big wooden deck and platform structure built onto the side of the hill, and you can see to the right the pond, and you can hear rushing water, even though like the pond in front of you seems to be standing still. And to your right, on the other side of, like to the right of where the dock and wooden platforms are at, you can see the mouth of a cave, and just like a slight waterfall type, like just maybe like 1 or 2 feet water is falling off into the pond, and you can see it rushing out of this cave's mouth. And across from where your rowboat is at, on the other side, next to the platforms and this back end of this pirate ship and everything, is another rowboat, and you can see on the side there's like a bloody handprint that you can see from maybe this 15 or 20 feet across body of water that's in front of you. And
fresh.
You can make a perception check. It's getting dark and you can barely see it. Like you can just see this like red liquid. Yeah, investigation, that's fine.
Because I have bonus.
Sure. So you see, like in the reflected moonlight on this boat, you can see like it looks like reasonably like fresh bloody handprint on the side of this boat, and then a couple drops of blood like leading up onto the like stairs of the dock. And across you can see, not only is there the opening of this cave into the mountains in from the water, but you can see a big opening on the top of the docks in front of you. And 1 second here, everyone. Hey, thanks a lot, Lucy. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, enjoy your Game of Thrones and everything. Thank you so much for the awesome raid. Really appreciate it. Get some rest. So we have a map for this as well. 1 second. Across from you guys, you can see. Let me make sure we don't get too... I don't want to spoil anything on the map here. Don't look at it yet.
I found the secret.
Let me zoom in. 1 second. So you have see ya. You found this boat, and you don't have to be right here. Just pay no mind to where the character models are at on the map, but you can see these docks, and you see the boat with the bloody handprint on it, and that's this boat here. And you can see the crow's nest, and in front of the crow's nest on the platform right here, you can see there's another opening, and you see from, pretend you guys are like down on the bottom of the map, and you can see this cave opening from across the pond here, and you can see where the water's coming out and filling up this pond. And here's the back of the pirate ship that you can see from across as well. And you can see the mouth of this little opening of a cave. And it's much darker than the map would make it appear. It's actually, it's getting close to dark, and the moonlight is illuminating this little valley here. And you guys are on the opposite shore, and you have the boat, and you can see a couple different openings of this cave-like structure, and you can see the wooden docks. And you guys can take it from here. What do you guys want to do?
Our detective skill made us clear that the men we following took this boat. So we need to follow the blood.
Do we go in the cave?
Are we already on the port, actually?
You guys
No,
are
we look at
not
the
like
boat, right?
like you guys are on the other side. I just
Yeah.
put these here so they would be like on the map. You guys can be wherever you want and take the boat that's on your side.
Take the boat.
Take it
Yeah.
wherever you want.
Drive it, Morningwood.
Drive us into the cave.
You know that's what I do best.
Is there a ram or do we have to like paddle with our hands?
There's some like oars. Yeah, it's like a regular little rowboat. You can all fit on it, but like just barely. It's like a little wooden boat, just like the one on the map. What's that?
Can I do a inside check for the water?
What do you want to check for? You can
It felt cursed.
you can do an investigation check. You definitely realize that this is some pretty nice regular water. Yeah, it might be slightly colder than you think. Maybe it's magically 1 degree colder than normal water would be.
This is magic water. Magically
Something
cold
ain't
water.
right.
It definitely feels normal.
All right. Are we
Let's
getting in the
paddle
boat to
away.
go to the cave?
Yeah.
Or do we
Yeah,
wanna
let's
look around
row
for a
into the
little bit?
cave.
All right, so
Go to the cave.
let me move you guys. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, cool! I can move you all at once. So let me see. Can you guys see on the screen?
It's too blue.
We are hidden.
So you guys are pretend you're in the boat and you're coming along here, and as you pull the boat away from the shore and you start to row it away, you see these 3 characters kind of step out of the cave, and they are carrying torches and some like hand crossbows, and you can see by their torchlight that they are they look like they are pirates from the Man's Ruin, the boat that you were brought to chance on, and they just look like just your average crew members holding their crossbows, and they're just bantering and walking out of this cave, and they haven't seemed to notice you yet, and they're just walking along, and they make their way talking, and you can hear them kind of laughing, and you're a little bit too far away to really hear what they're saying, and you can just hear them kind of chattering, and they're just walking along, and they seem to just be like on patrol, and they're just making their way across these planks, and they walk up to this deck of the pirate ship that's kind of like halfway hanging out of the wall here, and you guys are on your boat, and you're still down here when you're rowing along, and Darrow's kind of directing you guys towards the cave.
This way, man.
Do you guys do anything when you see these people?
Hide us, Tiny Chad. Stealth us.
Yeah. Smuggle us inside.
Brow be as quiet as possible.
All right, so you guys continue on your way, and you like
coast in.
Yeah, you try to row like underneath where they're at, so they can't see you quite as well, and they don't seem to have noticed you, and they just continue on their patrol here, and they head back over towards where they came out of, and maybe this took 2 or 3 minutes, and they just kind of like walked out, looked around, tossed a couple of like apples in the air, and were eating on some apples, and they just look like patrolling guards to this place, and they
supernatural.
they're just wandering around and had a little bit of fresh air, and they go back to the mouth of the cave where they came out of, and they disappear into the darkness. So you guys get up to the rocks, and you crash your boat into these rocky outcroppings in front of this cave. So the water, you realize as soon as you capsize this boat on these rocks that you didn't really see in the darkness, you fall out of the boat and stand up, and the water's maybe 1 feet deep, and you can just
I'm
stand
gonna
up.
drown.
Colo's like 2 feet.
Get him my back.
So you guys are just standing here, and you can see into the mouth of this cave a little bit, and it seems to just go deeper into this mountain range and through the mountain.
You check the water, Goldo. You told me you didn't see that it was deep.
What kind of captain capsizes a boat?
I
and
mean, if
water
your
this
fat
deep?
butt wasn't in here, you would have been dragging the bottom.
I was the one rowing
wasn't-
this thing.
This is true.
I almost lost all my gold in the water.
That's important right now.
You
Can't
never
get
know.
your gold wet.
Guess we can just walk our way. I mean, Goldo, do you need a boost? Because,
Yeah, you can sit on my shoulders.
No,
it's just going to drown. Huh?
Your beard's gonna get wet, dude.
I can't swim.
You actually might lose your gold if you walk.
So you guys can
Possible.
you can see that inside the cave the water starts to really shallow out, and it seems like it's just kind of streaming out. There's like I said, maybe like a little 1 foot waterfall that it kind of falls off into the pond that you're in now, but it looks like it's just like a regular cave tunnel with a thin layer of water kind of streaming out of it.
A regular cave. I want to do a perception check.
This guy.
Maybe it is cursed.
You didn't even see whether the water was 1 deep or not. You
All-
really think your perception is work?
All 3 of you make a perception check, please.
See, we have to. It's a curse entrance.
Do you guys roll?
Jesus Christ.
I
gotta
go
die.
do the keenness of the party. Can see better.
Did you roll, Goldu?
Yeah, 18.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you look in and you can actually see kind of towards the back. It looks like the cave opens up a little bit, and there's like a big, like clear open room in there, but you can't really see it past the corners of the cave. But seems
We
to
need
be
go inside.
clear.
Speaking of seeing, can I just see anyway? Because I have dark vision.
Yeah, you can
We all have.
you can see just fine, like light wise. You just can't see that far into it just from the way that it naturally is formed.
Gotcha.
Window advance into the deep of the mountain.
Sure.
I go first, and I sneak and I walk.
Okay.
Watch your step.
Make a stealth check as you're swimming along here, and you get to the opening of the cave, and it's shallow enough that you can stand, and just like your boots are wet, but you're standing on solid ground. And
16.
you're sneaking in front of the party. How far ahead are you gonna go here?
Pretty far.
Okay. So you sneak through, and hopefully this conveys well enough on the stream. You're no longer on the outside, and you come through into this.
Can I see stuff inside?
You can see everything that's on the screen right now, other than obviously if it's like these corners that are like around a corner from you,
Yeah.
you can't see it. Like you might be able to on the map, but
I
there's
can
not.
see what's up the waterfall though, right?
Yeah, it's maybe like a couple feet high, and you can get right up to the edge of it, and it's.
Can I climb the waterfall?
Make a athletics check. At any time, if I tell you to make a check for doing something and you have a different idea of how you think you would want to do that,
Well,
Let me know.
Acrobatic.
sure. If you want to do that, you can try to make like a jump at it or something. You can definitely do that.
Yeah, 18.
Sure. So you can like plant your foot into the wall next to the waterfall and like make like a wall jump off of it and land up on top of the waterfall. It's just a few feet up here, and you kind of made it up. And what are you guys doing now?
All right,
That's
Chaz.
what follow him.
No,
Wow, that
they
was
have
like
to stay.
fun.
I tell them that they can work. There is no danger.
Okay. So you guys want to come towards where he's at?
Yeah, I assume since it.
Chad's still just gonna run inside.
Okay, Chad is like
walk behind.
bolting towards this waterfall, and Darrow kind of slowly walks his way in, and Chad, are you gonna try to make some type of
Yeah.
maneuver to get up here?
He's gonna do an athletics check. He's just gonna do one big jump over the whole thing.
Nice.
How tall
Yeah.
is it?
It's like 3 or 4 feet tall. Like about.
Chad, can I just climb on your back and just jump up?
You can do that.
Yeah, sure. Jump on my back. Let me try.
So that I would just call that like the help action, which I don't think I've brought this up to you guys before, but there's a couple actions you can take in combat. One is help, which if you choose to take your entire turn, like your action, to help another character, you can add your like bonus onto their roll. And also there's an action called dodge, which you can use your action in combat to like skip your turn, but you take up like a defensive posture and it gives your enemies disadvantage when attacking you. And that's just like a regular action that anyone can use during their turn. So keep that in mind. I don't think I've brought that up before, but like if you don't have anything else you can really do on your turn and you don't want to attack, you can use the dodge action and it just like puts you into defense and it like gives you bonuses on your defending. So Darrow, I'll assume that like Chad used the help action and he just kind of boosted you up there and you made it up, no problem. Chad, you make your one gigantic leap up after helping Darrow and you land up there as well. You're all up on the raised floor and it seems like the water's pretty shallow. There's like another waterfall in front of you that you can see. You can see up to the top of it. This one's quite a bit taller. And it disappears back into another mouth of the cave that you can't really see into because this one's quite a bit higher up.
What on the left?
You can see off to the left the... oh, 1 second. Khan, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. You can see off to the left, you can see just more water and cave, and it just seems to go off around a corner, and there's a couple spots that you can't really see around where you currently are positioned, but the water just seems to kind of go off down the cave. And all of the water in all directions are heading out the mouth of the cave. It's all coming towards you. None of it is going back further into the mountain.
How tall is the second waterfall?
The one in front of you, it's probably, let's see, maybe about 20 feet high. And you can see off to your right, the light starts to fade, and you can tell that the cave to your right like ends. It doesn't go off into a tunnel. There may or may not be something down that way, but it doesn't go back any further into the cave or outside.
Where should we go, friends?
And the more that you walk and explore and stuff, the more you'll be able to see, of course.
I think we should probably stick together. We don't know what's around here. There's at least 3 pirates, including, well, excluding Hicks.
At least.
So if you think about teleporting away from us, Goldo, I don't know. You can't help you up there. Just saying.
What? We'll do. We'll do drawing.
Golden, no! Get him!
Are
you okay?
Stand on a rock or something. What are you doing?
We need to explore the left side.
Left side. Okay.
The waterfall is too big.
Can we see anything behind us to the right?
You can explore and look at whatever you want. I didn't say that.
Chad's gonna go to the left side.
A little bit to the right.
So you guys all jump up onto the upper layer here, and you kind of everyone just takes a couple step forward. Goldie's kind of checking out how high this waterfall is, seeing if he could maybe make it up there with that dagger. And Darrow, you come over here and take a look to your right. Chad comes and takes a look to the left. Darrow, you look into this right tunnel and cavern here, and you see this giant lizard covered in crystals with a chest behind it, and it's kind of curled up into a ball, and it's like just seems to be napping in this corner of this cave where the cave ends, and there's a chest hidden behind it. and that there seems to be no other entrances or exits from this section of the cave. It's just kind of a fissure and a crack back into its own little hidey hole there. And Chad, you step to the left and you look, and the cave just kind of curves off, and you can no longer see past this corner here.
All right, I walk back to Goldo and tell him I have a plan.
Okay.
Well, I tell him about the lizard.
So you guys meet
Is the
back up
lizard
and
sleeping?
tell everyone what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't. There seemed to be something over there, but I didn't go any further. What did you guys see?
There's a big fucking lizard down there.
I thought I was
A
gonna
big
suggest we
fucking
should
lizard.
sleep here.
I
was
mean,
thinking we
like
could go to
twice
sleep.
your size, Chad.
If we slept here, that thing would have ate us.
Big, definitely.
I don't sleep on what.
Big
What's it doing
lizard.
now?
It's sleeping.
Ah, see, it's a good spot.
But this is the best part. There's a treasure trash behind it. There's a chest
Oh,
there.
you know it's chest, but
It's shiny.
is it
That's
a
all.
good chest? Shiny.
It's shiny, like shiny, like really shiny.
I can maybe try to sneak around the lizard.
So here's what I think you should do. I think you should throw your dagger over there.
I'm
And
loving
teleport.
this.
No.
No.
You just book it.
No, you're
I-
doing it wrong. He books it, and then we hold on to his dagger, and then we let him teleport to us.
That's so
Yeah.
Chad. That's great.
Chad is not in
I
green.
love it. Great.
So the dagger's teleportation, I will just let you know as a rules
20 feet.
here, you have to be within 20 feet or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Uh,
But does it
let's get
teleport
closer to the
stuff
mouth
I'm
and see
holding?
what's looking there.
Does it teleport stuff I'm holding? Like
anything-
if I grab a chest.
Yeah, anything you're holding will be teleported as well, as long as you can carry it.
Then I'm still sneaking, right?
Yeah, you are.
I go 20 feet away from the chest.
Let's see. So you move into this room.
It's a good distance.
Let's say that the lizard is just like, it doesn't matter which way it's facing. It's just like asleep, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
it's not really watching anywhere. So 20 feet away would be 5, 10, 15, 20 feet right here.
Then I put. Oh, it's here. Did I make it until there?
You you can sneak up to about right here, and you're still it's like curled up in a ball sleeping, and it's not paying any mind to you. You're a Lightfoot halfling. You haven't made a lot of noise. The water is not being displaced too much.
Can I pass him without touching him?
You could try. Yeah. You can come down here. What are you guys doing while all this is happening? Are you guys still in the middle of the room back here?
I'm gonna move to the mouth of the cave.
Okay, like
Yeah,
right
I'm at-
here.
I want to roll a perception check on the wall and see if it's easily collapsible, so we can block it in if we need to.
Okay. Yeah. Make an investigation check to see if you can look at the wall and see if there's any rocks that you could maybe break and cause like a little bit of a rock slide or something.
Well, I can't see anything because I'm blind, apparently.
You don't know what that roll means. Don't worry about it. Even if it seems like it's a low roll, you never know. So you look at the wall and you see that a couple of the rocks have like fallen into the water, and there's like some big boulders and stuff hanging out, but it doesn't seem like there's any like prime boulders that are waiting to come off. It's a pretty sturdy like slab rock wall. You deduce that the wall is made of wall, says Donald. So you guys are just hanging out there watching Goldu sneak around, or?
How long is a rope?
Hey, Chad, how quietly can you blow your dragon breath, man?
Excuse me?
How quietly can you freeze things?
And when you speak up and ask him that, the lizard kind of like stirs a little bit and shakes its head, but it falls back asleep.
Well, let's not do anything like that then. I don't want to.
How long is a
disturb
rope?
it.
I don't know how long like a standard rope is in this game.
Impen whoop.
Hang on 1 second. 5e rope length. Standard rope 50 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's about 35 feet in between Goldu and the players right now. So if you wanted, you could go back and attach a rope or something. Hey, welcome, David.
The lizard is in ball, right?
He's like curled up, like how a dog like sleeps, like kind of curled up. You know, he's like that.
I wanted to tie his legs. I try to sneak. I put my dagger here, and I try to sneak to the chest.
Where did you put your dagger? Right where you are?
Well, yeah, the maximum distance, right?
Okay. Yeah, you set it down in front of the lizard.
Then I sneak past the lizard.
All right. You get to back here, and you notice you're gonna have to step over his tail to get back to where the chest is at. Make another stealth check, please.
Yeah. 26.
Very nice. So you step back behind him, and now you're totally obscured by this lizard. Darrow and Chad, you can no longer see Goldu whatsoever. All you can see is this lizard's breathing, and its big crystalline scales on top of its body are like coming up and down from its breath. Are you going to do anything when you see that Goldu has gone behind it and you can no longer see him?
Chad, if he dies, I get his dagger.
Essentially, like what you can see on the map right now, like this is what you guys can see. You just see big ass lizard.
I want his dagger, Chad, if he dies. You can't have it.
Chad just looks with a blank expression on his face at the crystal dragon. He has no idea what to expect is going to happen next. He has not seen this before when he sees his royalty. This is nothing close to anything normal to him.
Right. So Goldu, you made it past. It seems to not have noticed you, and you're sneaking along, and you make it to the chest.
Investigate the chest.
You want to investigate the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
12.
Seems like a chest.
It is open, like it is locked.
It is closed. It doesn't seem to have any sort of a padlock or latch or anything. Just a wooden chest made out of wood. Got some like iron bands on the top of it, but everything seems to be
try to
wooden.
open it and sneak inside. Sneak a peek inside.
Okay. So you are going to reach out and grab this chest, and when you try to open it, you realize your hand is stuck to the chest, and you try to pull your hand away to like lift this lid up. Like you grab onto it with your hand and try to lift, and your hand is just like stuck, like it's like super glued to this lid. And make another stealth check. Dang, rolling high today. All right, so you realize your hand is stuck, and you want to like let out a little bit of like a surprise like gasp, like what the hell, but you keep it together, and as soon as you try to like pull your hand away, you feel this chest snap open, and with these giant jaws, it lunges forward and tries to take a bite out of you. And roll initiative.
I teleport.
All right, you teleport back to your dagger in front of the lizard, and your hand is still stuck to this chest, so it teleports with you.
Oh, it is still stuck.
Yeah, it is like super glue strength stuck to your hand. You're stuck to this chest.
Jack, he's gonna die.
You teleport in front of this lizard, and the chest is snapping at you. You teleport, and you have your dagger back in your hand when you like land from your teleportation spell, and the chest actually is like bouncing on the floor and snapping at you and biting at you, and it bangs into the lizard's claw, and the lizard awakens.
You telling me you didn't see whether that was breathing, Goldo?
I did a perception check.
Yeah, he
He wasn't hiding.
didn't realize anything was crazy about it.
I
So
have a
everyone
lucky.
everyone
Does
roll
it work for the initiative or not?
everyone roll initiative.
say.
No, it does not.
Another nat 20 for initiative roll.
Very nice.
I love
So this chest is going to get a surprise attack on Mr. Goldu because he tried to grab it, and it is going to take a bite at your hand and hit you for 5 acid damage.
Yep.
And then it will be Darrow's turn. The lizard has awakened and it like is rearing back, and it's the lizard is actually surprised, so everyone will get to make an action or make an attack round, make a turn before the lizard gets to do anything, because it was like deep slumber, like totally, who knows how long this thing has been sleeping, maybe even hibernating for, and some of the crystals are like flexing off of it now and like shooting back into the wall, and this thing is like kind of stretching itself out and waking up and like looking around and freaking out like what the hell is going on. It's Darrow's turn.
I don't know how to help you, Godo.
Stab
There's
the
not
chest.
much I can do. You want me to walk over there? I don't even think I can walk over there close enough, to be honest with you. I walk 20 feet forward.
5, 10, 15, 20.
We can't see them on the screen.
I know.
We'll be able to see the whole map.
We don't see it on Roll20.
Yeah, you do. You can see Darrow.
On Roll20? I see
We
it.
still have the last.
All right, you guys just, if you look at this the stream, but is everything blacked out on the actual map on Roll20?
No, that's just the old map.
Roll20 is the forest. Yeah,
Oh.
before the wolf.
There you
The
go.
wolves.
I guess I could
Hang on one
Bardic
second.
Inspiration Goldu.
Yeah, go for it. 1 second. All right, can you guys see everything on your side of things?
Yeah.
Okay.
I give Goldu some Bardic Inspiration.
Cool.
And
You can also make make a regular action if you want to as well.
yeah. And then I will throw my dagger at the chest.
You have a dagger as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll.
Hit me.
Okay.
Oof, very nice. So roll. I believe a dagger is 1d4. So roll 2d4. And then you can add your dex to that, I believe, if you would like.
That's 3.
Your dex is 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 damage to this thing. It the dagger sticks into it and actually has become like adhered to it as well, and Goldu's hand kind of pops free. So the dagger is now stuck to the front of this chest. And
Suggest you run now, Goldu.
who was next initiative wise? Chad, you're up.
Chad goes into a rage.
Very nice.
Chad like almost bowls over Darrow on his way and just runs straight for the chest and just starts hacking at it like a
10,
pinata.
15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so you can get to
No
right there.
fool.
So
Need to let the lizard and chest and kill themselves.
I think they were friends because they're sleeping together.
Oh,
It's true, yeah.
You can do whatever you want, Chad.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna attack it. I won't use my sword this time. I'll use my warhammer.
Oh, you also have a warhammer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'll use that and
roll to attack.
I am deciding if I want to do reckless.
Okay.
You know what? Yes.
Nice, Chad, getting reckless. So you're gonna make an attack at the chest with the warhammer with advantage, and you hit. Very nice. Roll for your damage there, sir. How much damage does the warhammer do?
It does 1d10.
Very nice.
And then I get to add my damage. That's 5, so that's 8.
All right. So you do a big old 8 to this thing. It has taken 15 damage. So you slam your warhammer down onto this thing, and your warhammer like gets stuck to it for a second, but with like how strong of like a vibrating blow this like slammed into the chest, it like caves in the top of it a little bit, and your hammer bounces back off, and the dagger that Darrow threw at it like falls to the floor and is submerged in like a little layer of water, but you can see it through the surface.
Pinata, give me my candy.
It's still your turn if you want to make a.
I can't because I had used my bonus action to go into a raid.
Good call. Thank you for remembering that. So it is now a Goldu's turn.
I get the fuck out. Disengage.
All right, you're gonna use your cunning action to disengage.
Yep.
So you can move away freely without being opportunity attacked. Hey V, welcome to the stream.
And I hide.
Okay. So you're hanging out back there.
You did this. Now you're hiding from me.
And that's gonna be your turn. So now the chest like has been smashed and it's caved in a little bit, and its teeth are like popping out like a huge underbite from underneath this lid, and this like giant gross slimy tongue slides out. Oh, wow. 1 second, guys. We just got our first tier 3 subscriber ever. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. I can't believe it. That re-emo is yours. You're the only person in the universe that can now use the re on any channel you want. Huge thanks with the tier 3. Oh my goodness. I really appreciate that so much. I'm actually working on revamping my subscriber system and my Patreon right now. Holy hell. Lime with the rate of 10 as well. Oh my goodness, you guys are getting hit with all the support. Thank you so much for that tier 3 sub. And Lime, let me get you a shout out, dude. You guys, if you have never seen Lime backwards before, he's an amazing guy. He just got back to streaming. He had to take a little bit of a break for a while. He's a stay-at-home dad and a full-time awesome guy. Takes care of his kids, dealing with the real life stuff. Had to take a break from Twitch, but he's back streaming now. Please go give him some support and give him a follow. And if you are coming over from Lime's channel from that raid, thank you, and enjoy the stream. We're playing some D&D right now. Our party is in the first bit of the very first dungeon that I've ever designed and that they've ever played through. Super hype, and they're fighting currently a giant crystal lizard and a mimic that they have just ran into as soon as they entered into this cave. So you got here just in time. We're having some super hype stream here, and I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. We'll get right back into it. All right, so the giant... Oh, thank you so much, everyone. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Game Gerbil with the follow. Awesome. Love the name. So the slimy tongue from the mimic slides out from underneath the like lid where the teeth are sticking out, and now that the tongue like slides out and it's like secreting this like liquid, you can see that it's actually coated in that liquid, and that's like what was making everything stick to it. And it's gonna like take one like big like swing of the lid and like hobble itself forward, and but it's gonna go to the side and take a big old bite, like sloppy bite at Chad there, and it's going to.
Chad's popular with all the ladies.
A blowjob.
What is your AC there, Chad?
12.
Okay, it hits, and it's going to do 7 damage plus a 4 acid damage. You don't have resistance to like any type of like acid, do you? Okay.
I don't have acid resistance.
So you're gonna take just 3 damage from the actual bite, and then 4 acid damage, so a total of 7. Bites into you with this like adhesive, gross tongue.
That's 7 acid damage.
More or less.
Sleeping out now.
And that's the mimic's turn. It takes a latch onto you and kind of licks you a little bit and puts that adhesive stuff on you and deals some damage, and then it reels back. And as soon as it ends its turn, the crystal lizard starts to roll up into this like saw blade shape of a ball, and it tucks itself in and it starts a spin. And it's going to roll through both of you and come and attack Darrow here. And it's going to be like
cutting words in that thing. He's not doing anything.
So on its way through, it's actually going to like knock into both of you, and it's going to, let's see. Your AC is 12, Chad?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. I think Vampire King, the game you and Lime both like, I think was Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, he does like zombies.
Yeah. So this spinning saw blade like rolling attack that the lizard does, it's actually not gonna, it like the tail knocks into you, Chad, but it just like kind of slaps you around a little bit, but it's gonna do some damage to the chest. It slaps into the chest and it knocks it against the wall, and it does 14. So this chest like gets slapped and knocks back into the wall, and if this was a thing that was standing up, it would be prone right now. It's kind of just knocked over, but it like closes its lid and picks itself back up. But it's you can see the wood is starting to crack around it, and it's not in great shape, and it takes a big claw swipe at Darrow.
I'm gonna cutting words at.
Sure, roll your inspiration die. How many of those do you have left, by the way?
That is my last one.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
So that takes its attack down to a 15. What is your AC?
12.
All right, it's going to hit you with the old claw swipe, and it's going to do... Let's see here. Let me get my die. 4 damage to you. So take 4, and you get hit by a big lizard claw. And you can see as it gets closer to you, there's these crystal spines are like all the way growing down its back, like this giant like mohawk thing, and its actual skin is just this like silvery, regular, like kind of stretchy looking lizard skin. Seems like a giant gray salamander with these purple crystals growing out of it.
Got it. Can we sell these crystals? Are they useful?
Make a... I don't know what this would be. This would be like Arcana, probably. Making like Arcana check. Or like History, maybe. You can choose whichever one you want, whichever one you think would be better for you.
I'll say History. It's a +1, so it's 10.
So 10? Okay. You look at this thing and you see like maybe like some of the faraway merchant places you've been in your travels as like a ship going captain. Maybe you've seen some weird crystal like structures being sold at some of the more exotic markets. Never any that look quite like this. Like imagine, this is super meta out of the game for a second, but imagine like Halo, like the Needler, like those purple crystals sticking out of it.
For the Needlers, yeah.
It's covered in stuff like that. So you've never seen anything like these before, but you think like they're cool looking and they're shiny. Maybe someone would want some, but you don't know for sure. Like you've definitely never seen this lizard before.
All right.
And its turn has concluded. who is next initiative-wise? Is that Chad?
I think it's Darrow.
It's me, yeah.
Okay.
It is a me, Mario.
All right, Darrow, you're up, buddy.
Use your power of magic and kill it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with my two-handed spear.
Okay, yeah, make a stab at it.
Aim for the eyes.
Since I do have negative strength, do I just -1 it as well?
I think so. I'll have to look into that if you actually take away from an attack roll with a negative ability modifier. I think you do.
Yeah, it looked like it says it right there, actually.
Does the spear have finesse, or is it a strength weapon? Let me look.
I think to end is
Oh,
strength.
not Chad. Spear.
Yeah, it's strength.
It is strength. Okay. So that's a 14. That still hits anyways, so that's fine. Yeah, Chad Supreme is our Dragonborn Barbarian. Fantastic name. So you hit this guy. Roll damage, man. You drive the spear right into like the neck under its head and slam it in there. What'd you get?
7.
Big 7. All right, so you give the lizard a poke. He kind of reels back a little bit, and a couple of the crystals like fire off back into the wall behind him. And yeah,
Good job, you killed him.
he's definitely not dead.
It's still breathing on me.
The tail is starting to like pick itself up and flail around a little bit in the back. You can see. Who was next? Chad, I think.
Yeah, Chad's had enough of this. He's just gonna bash open this chest.
Okay, so
Fighting
another
a giant lizard, he's beating up.
another great sword swing or a great hammer.
But a warhammer, yeah.
Warhammer.
Hammer. Yeah.
Yeah, make
Hammer time.
make your attack roll. Hammer
He's
time.
going reckless.
Reckless style. Okay. You hit.
Oh no.
You did
All
hit.
right.
He did have the first.
All right. So we get damage, and that is 12.
12. This thing took a big hit from the lizard last turn, knocked into the wall, and the wood started to splinter. And you slam the hammer down right on a corner where like the joint is at, and its tongue was like flailing around, and you like somehow like slam this thing. It hits the tongue and pierces the tongue through one of its teeth and the corner of this like box, and it just like wood and splinters fly everywhere, and you just like see like the box like flies apart, and the guts and like the actual body of this mimic thing like is just like a gut pile inside the box, and it just like falls into the water below and just like starts to mix in, and you can see the guts and blood like stream out in towards the door, and a couple of items that were in the chest like fall into the water as well.
Quick.
And without missing a beat, in
Thank you, Lime.
In the same motion, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a 180 turnaround and then smack the lizard in the back
with the frenzy attack.
Yeah, with the frenzy attack. Exactly.
Very nice. All right, and you still have advantage from reckless, so go for it, man. Big
Sweet.
swings.
Yeah, I think that's
19.
Yeah.
Yep, you hit. Roll damage with the Warhammer again. Very nice, very nice. Thanks a lot, Lime. Have an awesome day, man. Thank you so much for that raid, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope your stream's been good. I'll definitely be there to catch you sometime soon.
That's 10 damage.
10. All right, you take a swing at this thing, and you hit it in like right at the spot where the tail connects to the back of its body, and you connect, and it like reels back, and you hear some like crunching inside the like tail bones of this thing, and some of those purple shards like shoot off of it, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Let's see. Okay.
So the purple shards like shoot out of it, and they like pierce into the wall at the back of the cave behind you, but they narrowly missed your awesome face.
Yeah, and then I just shout, "Hey, look at me, dummy!"
Okay, so it definitely like spins its head around a little bit, and it's looking at you now.
Awesome.
and I think it's Goldu. The chest is destroyed. I'm just gonna move it over here because there's still items,
Is it
but
my
it's
turn?
it's out of the battle now. Yeah, I think it's Goldu's turn, right?
I rolled something really shitty for initiative, so it surprised me.
Yeah, you're the last one. It's your turn.
I stab him.
Are you gonna try to move first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can stab.
Yeah, if you move like right here, you can.
Yes, I stab.
All right. Yeah, roll to attack.
I roll.
You re-hid yourself last turn, right?
Way critical.
Very nice. Nat 20. You were stealth, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, roll double your damage dice.
6d6.
Yeah. 6d6 plus 3. Ooh. Oh my god. All right. So, this is going to kill this thing. How do you want to do it there, Goldu?
I
Lay the
spin
scene.
from his tail to his head. And I spool blood everywhere and I turn into gold and I catch it.
Very nice. As you pull the blade all the way up this thing's back, and excuse me, you can see as the blood is like shooting out of this thing, it's like spontaneously turning into gold coins as you do it, but the purple shards also shoot out at the same time, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw, and then roll your D100 for your gold as well.
Constitution. Yeah, let me just.
6d6 plus 3. I know, that's insane. Critical sneak attack. 13 for the Constitution saving throw. So the one of the purple like shards stabs into you, and you take 2 poison damage.
No.
But then oh my god, the shards and everything about this thing's like being just turns into this like shower of gold from your magic dagger, and you get 94 gold out of it.
That's right.
Hell yeah, and this thing has just absolutely disappeared with the giant ripping critical blade strike to the back while it whipped around to attack Chad.
We're going on like a fight for our life, and Goldo's on a lead run.
He's making bank off of this somehow.
Why is it always its most? It's always its most beautiful right before it dies.
Well, you guys, you do think it was like quite beautiful the way that the purple crystals and gold like showered into the air and then disappeared. So now the mimic corpse is laying there. The blood and guts have all washed away, and just the remains of this what you could say maybe used to be a chest is laying there, and there's some items on the ground.
We gathered the item and put him in the chest to see.
What's that?
We gathered all the item and put them in the chest so we can.
The chest is definitely not sturdy enough to put anything in. It's mostly just like a couple planks of wood. But you
yeah, we put on the planks of wood.
You go over and pick up the items and lay it all out and see what you got, and you found 300 gold pieces scattered about. That's everything left that you could pick up. So that one will be split among the 3 of you, and it's not just Goldu's money there. So you guys all get 100 gold apiece. 100. And then you find a cloak, and this cloak is like this big, like lavish green, like a nice grassy green color, like almost this velvet like texture. And as soon as you lift it out of the water, it's instantly dry, and it's just like back to like pristine condition. And it's just like there's no wind in this cave at all, and the cloak is like billowing and like floating.
Can we identify
Can I do a
it?
check? Yeah, I want to do a check.
You guys can you can try.
Is that Arcana?
Yeah.
I got to check for magic.
All 3 of you can like make an Arcana check if you want.
Oh no. 9/11?
Darrow, you want to make a check for it as well? So all three of you guys kind of picked this up at once. It was underwater, so it was like this kind of like big cloth underwater, and you all pick it up at once and take it out, and it's dried out, and you can see that it's a cloak, and you can tie it around your neck. And that's all that you guys found here. But there's just the one cloak, so you can decide amongst yourselves who gets it. None of you really can figure out anything about it. It doesn't seem, from what you gather, that there's any like overtly like magical properties to it, other than it's just like naturally billowing in the air.
Wait, it doesn't have any magic? Even what I roll?
Not that you can
I
tell.
don't know. Oh yeah.
You can like if you get a magic item and you can't tell right off the bat what it is with a check, like you have to get it identified by someone that knows the identify spell.
Alright. Goldwood doesn't touch, maybe it's a cursed cloak that turned you into a cursed.
Chad grabs it and he goes, "Man, you guys have to. You can't even understand how hot it is for me. I come from a place of ice and snow. It'd be nice to have something like this. Thing's like got a little breeze on it. It's probably like a nice little, a nice little fan for me. Let me put that on." And just like ties it around his neck.
All right. So as soon as you tie this cloak around your neck, it just tightens and it pops your head off and you die. No, just
Nice.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Cult of constricting.
just kidding. So as soon as you put it on, it's like this nice like green cape, and Chad, you're feeling
Velvet is not green.
feeling pretty badass. It's not velvet, it's like a velour, like that type of texture, but it's like a grassy green color. And you put it on, and you feel like you have this ability to control this cloak's like billowing. Like as soon as you focus on it, the cape just like naturally like flutters in the wind, even though there's no wind. And as soon as you like take your mind off of it, it just like goes back down, and it's just like a natural cape. But anytime you think about it, it just like it makes you look like there's like this wind tunnel blowing on you, and you have like the action pose, and the cape is just like flowing in the wind. And Chad, you're just standing there like feeling like absolute badass.
Whoa, this cape is awesome.
Glitter Mouse, thank you for the follow, much appreciated.
No gifties backsies. This is mine forever.
Can I bandage myself?
You guys can do whatever you want. You killed the lizard. You guys are all grouped back up in the cave, and you seem to look around. Nothing else is going on for now, as far as you can tell.
Wait, is it 1d8?
Correct, yeah.
It's a 3 point.
Okay, yeah, you can heal yourself for 3. You guys can all try to heal or do whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go find my dagger wherever that's at.
Yeah, you got it back. That's fine. I'll just assume that you always do that, as long as there's nothing like overtly like you throw it off a cliff or something, like you'll just get it back.
All right.
We defeated the first four. Now we must go inside the tavern.
There is still another way to go.
Yeah, still only way we got is left now.
Yeah.
I wanna stealth again.
Sure, yeah. Roll a stealth check.
22.
Okay, you are sneaking. Are you gonna go ahead of the pack again?
Yes, I go ahead.
So you guys, I'm just gonna move you all like this. Let me go ahead here and reveal the fog of war. I have fog of war like enabled on the map, so you guys can't see it on your screen. I don't know if that's working.
No, this is completely.
Now it worked.
So you can see everything that's revealed on your screen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're doing it just as you think.
I was scrolled away too far.
It's a really complicated system.
Yeah, it is. So you guys come back out into the mouth of this cave system where you came in at. Do you stand in front of the waterfall? Do you want to continue on? What do you guys want to do?
To see, to scout.
Okay, you want to come to this entrance here?
Left.
Okay, Goldu kind of walks ahead and, let's see, reveals the path in front of him and everywhere that he's at right now. And you can see into this next area, you can see that the cave just kind of keeps going, and it goes around a corner, and then you can see a little bit of this. Let's say that you just walked like right up here, I guess, and you can see a little bit of like a wooden dock, and the river just keeps going. It's actually like flowing towards you, but the entrance where that water is coming from just continues up that way.
I signed the order that they can walk toward me.
Okay, he told you guys are safe to come on forward. You want to continue up to where he's at?
Can I double back and see what's in that little hole right there?
I
Yeah.
actually kind of want to check out the waterfall still because I feel like we're gonna run into those guys if we keep going all the way over to the left. I'm
Sure.
not sure. Like maybe we'll have to go there anyways, but maybe I could throw Goldie up the waterfall. Maybe that's something we can do.
You can definitely check it out. So you look at the waterfall 1 second here, and you can see like before, it's about 20 feet tall. Doesn't seem like there's any sort of like ledges in between or anything, but yeah, just about a 20-foot waterfall. No handholds. You can't really see anywhere you could climb it. At the top, in the middle of like the water, it's parted and there is like a boulder sticking out from the top. Excuse me.
All right, can I attempt to climb it?
You can certainly try. You go into the bottom of it, and just 1 second here. Okay. So you stand at the base of this waterfall, and you can like reach back and feel the wall behind the water, and you can feel that this water must have been running down this for like quite some time. It's just like worn smooth behind there. You can make an athletics check to see if you can climb it.
All right, I'm going to try that. Oof.
And you you find a little bit of like a place where you can like naturally, like you have some like claw like fingers as a dragonborn, and you stick your hands into the wall and you start to climb up a little bit, but it just gets too slippery and too smooth closer to the top, and you slide back down and kind of land in the foamy water at the bottom and can't really get any farther. Darrow, you're checking out this little alcove here, and you step into this circle that's kind of been worn away by the water as well. There's nothing really sticking out to you in there. There's no people or enemies or anything in it, but on the inside of the cave wall, you can see some symbols that are carved into the wall. And on this like sturdy red rock, it seems like it's almost been like turned into like a clay, and these symbols are etched into it, and they're like these really strange circular symbols and patterns, like almost like hieroglyphics, but almost like even less symbolic. It's just weird patterns and symbols.
Can I do a history check on them?
Sure.
God.
So you look at them, and they look like some weird type of like magical spell casting writing or some like cult symbols or something, but you have no idea what they would be from. You've never seen anything like this before.
Golda, you want to come check this out? I can't really tell what they say. Maybe you can have a shot at it.
Do you want to do that, Golden?
Do wanna peek to the corner and see what is on the wood on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, you walk around and stand like right at the corner here, and you can peek around. 1 second. And here we go. This is a hard system to manage on the stream all at one time. I apologize, you guys. So you peek around the corner, and Goldie, you can now see, I don't know if you can see it on the map or the stream or whatever. You see this tunnel that appears to head back out into the pirate ship, and you can actually see, I don't know if you guys can tell on the stream right here, this like middle deck of the pirate ship is like an open like balcony, and it actually goes back into this tunnel. And
Nice. And the other side.
and you can see that it goes off to this direction here, and it branches off in another direction, but you can't see past the corner.
I wanna peek on the other side. Where there's a water flowing.
Where the water's flowing?
Yeah.
Like above you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna walk up around this corner here and check out above you this way, and you can see. Let's see here. Let me move a little bit more. You can see straight down this path. It actually goes way further down and turns into like this just like straight cavern, and there's like a rope bridge hanging and connecting two more tunnels in the in the front of you there.
What is the green thingy?
So that I didn't have a good way of displaying this on the Roll20 map, and I apologize for this, like taking it out of meta. It's on the map. Your character cannot see whatever that is right now.
Okay. So I go back to Morningwood
Okay.
and I tell them what is going on in front.
Okay. And then Darrow calls you over and says, "Hey, I found some weird symbols over here. You want to check these out?"
I go check.
Cool. Yeah, roll whatever you feel like you
Historic?
would roll. Sure.
Is it historic?
Yeah, that would work.
14.
Okay. So as a bit of an experienced like thief and like exploring type figure, you've been in some shady places and you've seen not these exact symbols, but you can tell that this seems like a weird secret cult code. Like they've put these symbols here, and this has become like this seems like some type of a hideout for like some shady organization, and you don't know what they mean, obviously, but you can tell like some shady individuals placed these here for some reason.
Those are smash combo. Sorry, Morningwood, I cannot help you what you roll.
Nice try.
You got a little bit of info there, but yeah, not too much. So
Chad's
you
like, "Hey, what are you guys looking at?" He goes and looks over at the cog.
Okay.
That's cool. He's gonna take an Arcana check.
Okay. Chad's like, you just think that there are some like pictures that somebody drew on the cave wall.
I mean, why is the dog eating the cat?
This is what
You
they
guys
do.
have some weird drawing. Did you draw this?
What? Well, what, Chad? Well, what?
I don't know. Maybe you're depicting the battle we just had, so people will remember it. The battle of the chest and the purple lizard.
The famous battle.
That's
Very
a good
nice.
idea. Why don't you make your own cave markings?
Well,
Sorry,
you
I
took
won't
the
remember.
only good spot, so
Oh yeah, got kind of bored waiting for you guys.
all right. So what do you guys want to do?
We have two ways, north and west. Where do we go?
So
Well,
Goldu will like
Can we-
take you guys up here, and he'll explain what he scouted out ahead and tell you that you guys can either go up or down, or whichever way you want to
Shall we go flip a coin?
go.
I like sneaking up on them, and I feel like they wouldn't expect us to come from the water.
This is true. I agree with Chad. I think we should go gank those guys.
Okay,
It's
interesting.
better to get them and not let them catch. I mean, they're probably patrolling, so they might end up coming back and seeing the whole dead lizard, and it's just gonna be a problem. Let's just go deal with these guys.
Throat attack.
So you guys want to
Last
go
too fat.
up
I
the
vote for the up. Yes, I vote
up for the through the water tunnel? Okay. Are you going to go back ahead in front, Goldu?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm still stealth.
Right. Okay, so you guys are making your way up through the tunnel here, and like I said, I apologize for this, but you can't see the green thing on the map right now. It's just pretend it's in. There's nothing there. And you get into this tunnel, and you can see further and further up as you go through this cave, and it starts to open up, and it opens up on top a decent amount, and you can see this rope bridge that goes either direction, and then it opens, and you can see that it. You can very faintly see this like dock like structure up there where the water starts to
I
end.
signal Chad to carry me and peek above. What is the bridge like?
It's probably about the same height as that waterfall back there, so it's probably about 20 feet up in the air. You could get close to it, but you would not be able to like lift yourself up over it. Yeah.
Okay, then we go further down.
You guys are welcome to try different stuff out if you want. Definitely don't just feel like you're not able to do anything. Like, do whatever you want for sure.
All right, Chad will just like foolishly try and climb up to the top.
Okay. Tell me. Can you see on the map? Tell me where you want to go to.
On the right side, like that little square right next to Goldu, he's gonna climb up that part.
Okay. Yeah. Make an athletics check. You can see the rock face, like it opens up where the rope bridge is attached, and it's kind of like a cleared out little pathway area. So the rocks are kind of clear there. 11. Okay. You make it about 3/4 of the way up, and like slide back off and land in the water, and you feel like it's definitely not actually as tall as the waterfall. It's like pretty easy to to get up there. You just had a bad go at it, and maybe a different way would
I have an idea.
prove successful. It's not quite as tall as you thought.
Chad take Darrow in his shoulder and I climb on them. And I
Okay.
climb the rest.
Okay.
Like a cheerleader.
Yes.
Sure, Golda.
Let's do it.
Go.
So Darrow's gonna get close to you guys. Are you gonna try to do this, Darrow, as well?
Yeah, I'll go along. I'll go along with it.
So I'm gonna have to make. Let's see, Darrow. You could probably get on Chad's shoulders, like no problem. I don't think that's any crazy check. But if Goldu is gonna climb up both of you guys, Chad, I'm gonna make you make a strength check for me, please.
Okay. The strength check.
Just to see if you can like handle these guys like throwing you off balance and stuff while you're trying to hold them up. 17. All right, nice. So yeah, you holding Darrow's like not quite tall enough to get you go both there, but Goldu can easily like pop up on top and jump over to the ledge, and he's made it up there.
Nice.
What do you see?
You see Golda?
I see with my eyes.
You see down this way, the tunnel continues on, and you can see quite a ways down this way. It's illuminated by these blue crystals, and it goes all the way into what looks like a wooden door, and you can see through the door like a little bit of a room with a table and some wooden things and barrels and stuff, and you can see that the crystal area kind of branches off, and there's a couple different ways that it goes, and there's another bridge with water flowing underneath it. And then this way you can see the tunnel continues with the rocky type of walls that it's had, and it just goes around a corner that you can't see anything in.
I tell the other down and I throw them a rope that I attach to the bridge. or
Sure.
Something.
So you tie a rope off to the bridge and then throw the end of the rope down.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I help Darrow?
Oh, before we go, I want to check the corner up there ahead of us.
He's gonna die. No,
Check the
don't do
corner,
it.
like
We don't know that
in the
there
water,
yet.
like.
Yeah.
There's
Like, go ahead of you.
Dragon. No.
So Goldu throws this rope down to you guys and says, come on up, there's like a couple ways we can go here. And Darrow, you're gonna walk towards the corner here, and as you do, this green slime has actually climbed its way up from underneath the rope bridge, and it's on top now. And
But we can't see it, right?
it now you can. It was like hiding underneath the rope bridge, and it's like squeezed up through the planks of the rope bridge, and it's like appeared, and it now is sliming
still-
its way towards Goldu, and it can see you,
No, cheating.
and it's gonna make an attack at you, and that's gonna be initiative for you guys.
Cheating.
I can't climb the rope.
You can climb the rope, but you're gonna have to do that on your turn. It's initiative.
Alrighty.
As soon as the rope dropped down and Darrow started to like walk the way, the slime thing kind of like squeezed its way through the planks and started attacking.
Got that nat 20.
Nice, yeah, it's gonna be your turn first.
I just want to climb.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Okay.
And it's gonna be with advantage because you have a rope to try to climb up here before. Like, it was almost easy enough on your own, but with the rope it's like pretty easy. Yeah, you made it. Nice. So you're up here, let's just say you're right next to Goldu now. Standing on the edge there.
Can I do anything else?
You used your action to climb, but you can still use the rest of your movement and your bonus action if you have one. And I'll say you have like half your movement left. Like, you used half of it climbing up here.
Yeah, no, I can't frenzy because I'm not in a rage. So I guess
It's flanking.
I don't know. Can I? Does it? No, it counts as like an action to dodge, right?
Correct.
Okay, well then I guess I'll just do nothing.
Okay. And then next in the initiative is the slime, and it's going to make just a blunt forced, like, it kind of like turns itself into a like hardened blob and slams itself into Goldu, and it's going to attack. And it had a 13. Does that hit?
Yeah, 14 armor.
Okay, it takes a big swing at you, and you kind of saw this coming from the way it was like lurching towards you, and it misses, and then it's going to just jelly itself back into its original form, and it's going to be Darrow's turn. Who put that river there?
I mean, I'm sure they got slime, so I'm gonna keep walking up.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real here.
So you are going about your business here, and you're gonna keep scouting out this tunnel. You walk up a little bit more, and you can see kind of what's going on in this room, and it's revealed, and you can see this big dock that goes up to what looks like a wooden door, and then you can also see that the river continues on flowing towards you from some other corner back there. And that's about all you can see in there. You don't see any movement or anything.
I yelled at him, good luck with that, and I just stopped. I end my turn, I guess.
Okay.
Wait, how come Darrow was before me? Because I was surprised? He rolled a 4.
He rolled more than you.
Yeah,
right, that's my bad. My bad, Donald. Your turn, man.
Oh, cheating?
Goldu's turn.
I go behind.
Guess it doesn't matter since Darrow didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
I go behind Chad and I try to hide.
Where? One second. Where behind Chad are you going to try to move to? If you move to the other side of the bridge behind him, the slime is going to make an opportunity attack against you.
Oh, you can do that.
And I'm just telling you out of game because your character would know that. Like, if you try to move past it, it's going to attack you.
Behind Chad, between his legs?
No.
Cheating.
Still moving away.
If you could do that, you can move through Chad, but like moving away from a creature's range provokes an opportunity attack.
So
don't you have disengage?
Can I disengage? Cunning action, disengage.
Yes.
Then hide.
Yeah. Can you hide as a normal action as well?
Let me check.
I don't know if you can. I think you probably can. You can? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you can do that.
I can? Okay.
Yeah, roll a stealth check. And it's gonna be at it's gonna be at disadvantage this time, this stealth check.
What does that mean?
So you roll 2d20 and then
Oh, yeah, the lower
Take the
one.
lower instead of the higher. Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, I can redo that.
Oh
Or
yeah,
not.
you can re-roll it because it's a 1, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, 18 or 19.
Nice. So yeah, you quickly dodge out of the way and jump behind Chad and seem to disappear in thin air as far as the slime is concerned, and it focuses its attention back onto Chad here, and it's Chad's turn.
Inshallah.
All right. Chad gets his hammer out and he wants to make some slime pie.
Make an attack roll.
Bup.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Die, slime. Ooh. I'm not ranging, so that's 13 damage.
All right, this thing, you smack into it with your warhammer, and the hammer kind of like just like sinks into the like jelly-like slime, and it doesn't seem like you hit it as hard as you thought you would, and it takes a hit.
Interesting.
You can see some like physical like some bits and pieces of like maybe rotting flesh and food and like wooden material and stuff like floating around in the slime, and it kind of just like jiggled it a little bit when you hit it with the hammer. And now it is the slime's turn, I think, and it's going to move and attack Chad with another blunt slap, and that's a natural 20.
Oh boy.
So let's see here. Slime, let me consult my notes here for 1 second. I apologize. It is going to hit you for 10 damage.
Ouch.
Lads, all right back there?
It is your turn, Darrow.
No, it's
I
mine.
need to
Oh,
come
it's
back.
it's Goldie's turn.
Well,
I apologize.
let's switch then.
Okay,
Let's go.
okay, that's fine.
I'll switch. Okay.
You guys can always do that as well. Like, if you ever want to delay your turn and then have someone else go first, and then you can go right after. That's totally fine in the rules as well.
Oh.
No specific shape. Lich asked if it had a specific shape. It is just a seemingly amorphous blob of green slime, as far as you can tell.
Try to identify it full.
I'm gonna take 2 steps 10 steps, 10 feet forward, and then do a perception check on this area. Well, not that way. I'm just going. They're fine.
Oh, you're still continuing on the way you were going?
Okay.
Roll perception. What'd you roll? 8?
8.
Looks like a big old room.
It's a big old room down here, guys.
Yeah, we got that.
You look over the docks and stuff, and you can see water lines where like maybe the water in here used to be a lot higher, and the docks are kind of just in disrepair, just old waterlogged wood. Nothing special about it. There's a door at the top. The water comes from around a corner, and there's doesn't seem there's anything special in here.
I guess I'll use my remaining movement to go to the right.
Oh, you got about 20 feet left.
Yeah, I'll just go. I want to go around the corner, so I'll just go to the right.
Okay, you made it to about right there. And it's going to be Goldie's turn.
I flank him and I stab.
All right, now you can spin around this way and flank him. Make an attack roll.
18.
All right, roll damage. What weapon are you attacking with? Your magic dagger?
My golden, yes, +3, so it's 14 damage.
14. All right, you take a big stabbing sneak attack at this thing, and you slash into it with the dagger, and it splits in half. And now there's 2 of these things, but they're both about half the size of the original.
Okay. They're weak now.
So now there's 2. And that is your turn. I think it's back to Chad.
Oh, I have cunning action.
Okay, do it then.
Can I try to stealth?
Yeah, you still have... You can still do whatever you want, yeah. Make a roll if you want.
Damn it. Second is too long to do it. 17.
Okay. Since you just attacked this thing and it kind of split open, you try to hide and it seems like it's still focused on you.
Cheating.
The new one has split apart from it, and it's like it is a cell that divided when you hit it, and the second one is now forming up and hasn't really locked onto anybody quite yet. Chad, it's going to be your turn.
All right. Chad is gonna try to use his breath weapon.
Okay.
Is there a way I can do like a cone attack? Because I'm like right next to that thing, and I think I can just shoot up and not hit Goldu.
Let me see. Cone, I think if you aim it up, let me see. You could probably aim it either like this way. You know what I mean? Can you see on the stream?
Yeah.
Or you could aim it like up this way in a cone. I know I can't make a cone, but I don't think you could aim it in a cone and hit both of these guys and not hit Goldu. If you did a cone straight up like this, like straight out from you, you could, but you would hit him.
Okay, and I can't move through these things, can I?
No, you cannot move through an enemy, I think, unless maybe it makes it like difficult terrain. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, because if like ideally I'd like to hop in between those, like just like get right past them, go right next to Goldu, and hit them both. You know what I mean?
Sure. I'll let you make an acrobatics check, and I could see like you could stand on the very corner of this right here. Do you know what I mean? Like this spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you could maybe aim it up and hit both of them.
All right, sweet.
So make an acrobatics check if you want to try to do that.
Ooh.
That's good enough to like just balance on an edge. Like you're not doing any sort of crazy ability or anything. You're just like balancing on one spot. You know what I mean? So
Cool.
You launch your ice breath attack at this thing. Could you read what that does for the chat?
For sure. You can use your action to exhale destructive energy. Your white draconic ancestry means this exhalation deals 15 feet cone dealing cold damage. When you use your breath weapon, each creature in the area of exhalation must make a constitution saving throw. The DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save and half that much on a successful one.
Okay. What is your constitution modifier?
That is 1, and my proficiency is 2.
So 11. They
11.
failed.
Oh, so they take full damage.
So 2d6 cold damage, right?
Yep. 7.
7 cold damage. So you breathe out this ice breath onto these things, and they just like freeze solid, and they're stuck there. And
oh, that's funny. I was actually gonna ask if I could roll like a dice to see like how frozen they were.
They are. Yeah, as soon
liquid.
as the frost breath like goes over them, they like you can see them just like freeze solid. The things that were kind of floating around through their gelatinous form just stop moving, and they turn a little bit of a bluer shade of green, and they're just stuck frozen there on the ground. And you're free to make as many actions as you want. They're no longer in combat attacking you at all, so you can
I think that was just my regular action, so I don't.
The combat is over. You can do whatever you want. Like these things.
Oh wait, no, they're gone. Like
they're not in combat anymore. They're not attacking you. You can do whatever you want. You can smash them, attack them.
I want to smash them.
All right. So you do explain how you want to do it.
I raised my warhammer over my head.
All right.
And then I just do a big old spin and hit them both.
Nice. So yeah, they shoot across the hall, and there's green ice chunks covering the wall, and they both just disintegrated in hail of Warhammer Fury, and they're totally smashed.
Those are tougher than I thought.
Good job, Dragon Man.
Where'd our Mohawk Chad go?
He betrayed us. We need to kill him the next time we meet him.
Man, I feel like we should like find somewhere to rest soon. Like
It is just about the end of the stream. If you guys want to try to find a place where you think you could rest or whatever, that's a possibility.
you said, you.
As far as experience goes, I'm giving you guys experience based on like the actual like fights you do and stuff. Let me just explain this like meta really quick. There's two different ways people can level up in D&D. There's like milestone experience, and then there's like killing stuff experience, like from actually doing fights. I'm doing a bit of a combination of the two. Like I'm giving you guys experience every time you do battles and fights and skill challenges and stuff like that, but I'm also like balancing it so that you're leveling up with the story, and the more story you guys unlock as well, the faster that will happen. So if you like uncover some cool stuff with your skills and all that, you'll get just as much experience as you would from like doing a cool thing in a battle. But if you skip a battle or you don't fight something, you will not get that experience. So just a heads up.
I love it. It makes sense.
But you guys smash the hell out of those green slimes, and you're...
Yeah, because, you said you saw a room over there, Gold Dude. Maybe that's a place we could hide out and stay in for a while. Looks cozy.
Yeah, there is wood and stuff.
I like that. That's something I'm familiar with. That's some dank-ass cave.
So, Darrow, you're kind of like quite a ways ahead here. Do you want to try to continue on, or are you going to check in with these guys? What are you guys going to do about Darrow as well?
We pull the rope up.
Yeah, I take my rope back.
I'm gonna continue on at least to see what's around this bend.
Okay.
Because we're pretty sure that there will betray us for the pirates.
So you come up around the corner, and you can see this quite clearly in front of you. The cave just kind of ends here, and the water is like pooling up here and going down this waterfall, and you can see another one of those green slimes in front of you.
And I about face and walk back to the room.
Okay, it did not notice you, and you run back down to where those guys were fighting the slime at.
I found another one of those slime things. Oh, you guys killed that one. Okay, cool.
It turned into two.
They turned to like 1,000 of them.
1,000?
Look at all the
where are
bits.
they then? Where?
There's green over there, green over there, green over there.
You can see like the green frozen chunks covering the walls.
Nice job. I mean, that was pretty cool.
I'm dying.
Are you?
I sneak.
Okay.
Sneak.
So
can you put the rope back?
And I go explore the room on the right.
Okay.
Chad, any ups?
All right, I'll give him upsies.
All right, you help him up. You put the rope back down, and he climbs up. It's just fine. You guys are out of combat. You don't have any time constraints. You eventually would have got up there even if you struggled a little bit. So you get to about right here, and you can see the water. And now that Darrow has like fully explored that upper area, you can see that this just connects, and he explains like what he saw, and this just connects, and it's all just like a big water circle that goes up to where that green slime was at. And then down this way, you can see, let me see here, this thing's giving me hell. You can see the water goes through a little bit of a tunnel and then goes down and goes to where you came into the cave at.
We took the right path.
And you guys continue on, and when you get a couple steps forward, you can see that this kind of goes into a little bit of a crystal chamber, and there doesn't seem to be anything in there, but there's this glowing orange crystal like almost looks like a
Dragon Ball.
like an artichoke, like this spiky orange crystal orb that's just sitting on the floor.
Cool, dude. Go grab it.
What the heck is that thing?
I throw a rock at it.
It kind of just like tips over and rolls on the floor a little bit.
I throw another rock.
Does the same thing again.
Can I ask Daryl to go get it?
Amazing.
I'm gonna run a perception check on the room, the hallway.
On the where the crystal is at, or the hallway that you're in right now?
Just the general area where the crystal is. See if there's anything else.
Sure. Roll a investigation.
Oh, I want to.
How did you get a 34 on a d20? What the hell?
It's cheating.
My bad. I compounded by accident.
I was like, oh my god. Like you must have the best investigation bonus of all time. You see that it's just like this orange crystal sitting on the floor, and it doesn't seem to have anything around it. You can't see anything else in the room. It's just in this like nice little alcove that's these blue crystals are growing out of the floor. And this orange like it's almost like a gemstone that's shaped like this like flowered artichoke type thing, and it's just like this crystal. It's pretty big. It's probably the size of like a skull.
All right, Chad. If I die, you can have my bags. I'm gonna go grab it.
Let's be honest, nobody wants those things.
Come on, they're great bags. They're made out of gold skin. You don't
And
find
horrible
those anywhere.
sounds. And the cries of children.
You walk up to it and grab it, and as soon as you grab it, you feel like a weird.
God damn it!
No, it's not bad. You feel like a weird magical vibe emanating out of it, and it almost like feels like you have this mental clarity from it, but you don't really understand anything about it.
It's a DMT rock.
He gained chromosome.
You can just put it in your bag, and if you want, you can get it identified at a later time.
Sure.
But just write down in your inventory that you picked up the orange crystal.
Weird orange rock. Got it.
Cool.
All right.
I just wrote in my cloak now. I almost forgot.
Yes, cool. You have the cloak that seems
Don't
to
forget that.
billow
The wind cloak.
the billow whenever you want. So are you guys gonna come into the room? You can stand at the door and see that it's just like an abandoned room made out of the ruins of like an old crashed pirate ship. It looks like there's some like cards on the table in there that you can see.
Chad just immediately walks in at the same pace because he sees that it's like broken down. He just sees that this is a place he can call home.
Okay, you come on in here and you can
He's gonna die. Go
I want to investigate.
reveal
He's
the
already
room.
dead.
It reveals itself to you. Hang on one second. Oh man, this thing's a pain in the ass. You can see it's just a more or less empty room that goes up into a bit of a chamber and opens up into tunnels much like the ones that you had been in before. But there's a locked door or a wooden door in front of you right here, Chad.
Go check.
You guys are gonna come into the room. It seems safe. As soon as Chad walks in, nothing jumps out at him, and he
Gets shot yet,
seems
so
to
let's
be
go.
walking around.
I wanna try to touch it with a rock to see if it's sticky.
Okay. You go and check out the door, and upon inspection, you can see that it just looks like a normal door, and you throw a rock at it, and it just bounces off. And
Can I go smash it with my crowbar?
Can I peek from the keyhole?
You can jiggle the door, and you just from like grabbing the door handle, you can tell that it doesn't seem to be locked.
I wanna intropin. Take a peek.
You want to look through the keyhole?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. So you're a pretty damn good burglar. You know what you're doing. You're taking a look, scoping this thing out, and you can see it's just like a little bedroom, and there's a man sleeping on the bed, and there's a big black like
hellhound.
pet
A
dog.
pit
It doesn't
bull.
look like a mean dog at all. It's just like a Labrador looking, just like a dog. And it's just laying on the floor. It probably looks mean on the stream, but I had to just find whatever dog token I could find. But just looks like a lab, like a black lab, and there's a guy sleeping on a bed in there.
We need to capture the dog.
What?
Make it hard.
What dog?
Is there something we can make a box out of it? Oh, the barrel. I take one of the barrel and I put it on the floor.
Okay.
And I throw some meat in.
Would the dog be able to understand me?
Shut up.
Do you have
My
animal
friend
speech or anything?
Oh, but I have a suggestion, and it just says whether you can speak. If they can understand you, you can use it.
Is that a cantrip or a spell?
It's a spell.
Okay, you can definitely try. Most animals understand common but don't speak it.
Right. Hold on. Let me just read it over.
Also, the dog, if you guys are talking and stuff, it's gonna realize you're there. But as far as right now, it's not in the same room as you, so you can't really do anything to talk to it or cast a spell at it.
Yeah, as magically influence a creature you can see within a range that can hear and understand you.
Okay, yeah, they would probably be able to work on it.
All right, what were you going to do, Golda?
I want to capture the dog.
You can maybe get it to.
We put the barrel and threw some meat, and when he came in the barrel, we closed the barrel.
It's not, well, the door is not locked, right?
Correct.
No.
Maybe I can suggest it come out, and then we grab it. I don't know. We can open the door. Maybe it'll come out if we just open the door anyway, but we don't want it to bark.
I put some meat on the ground and I open the door. Go behind the door. We hide.
So you're all gonna hide behind the door?
Yeah.
All right. You're all standing behind the door to where it would be opening at, and you open it, and it opens out towards you. So the door is just open, and the dog it wakes up and it lets out a little bit of a yip, and the man on the bed starts to stir and wake up, and he sits up on the bed, and the dog kind of wanders out a little bit and looks around and kind of just looks a little freaked out and doesn't see you guys, and the guy turns and he just sits up in the bed and says, what's up, buddy? Did you hear something? What's going on out there? And then he calls out into the room. He says, is someone there?
What about the meat?
And he says, what meat? What are you talking about?
No, I talking about the meat I put on the ground for the dog.
It's wandered out, and maybe it noticed it, and it grabs it and pulls it back into the room. And the guy is curious now, and he stands up, and I need to get a better model for this guy. He's just going to be a laying down, sleeping model guy. But he wakes up and stands up fully and sees that the dog has pulled this cut of meat into the room. And he's like, where did that come from, boy? And he stands up and walks out and leans out the door and sees you guys, and he jumps back, and he says, oh my goodness, where did you guys come from? And he's very startled.
I tackle him.
That's not a tackle. He didn't attack us.
It's an aggressive hug.
You aggressively hug this man who is asking you where you came from, and he
it's gonna maul you. The dog looked the same height as you.
He falls over and kind of pushes you off, and the dog starts growling, and the man stands himself up and brushes himself off, and he says, you guys don't look very familiar. What's going on in here? Did someone let you in? What are you new guys? What's going on?
With the new guys, they told us to come to meet you.
Yeah, we just got back from the city, and Hicks told us to meet him here because some stuff is about to go down. So we were just exploring, and we came across you. I want to do a persuasion check with that.
Dude, that's going to be deception.
Or deception, okay.
So roll deception. And let's see. Go ahead and roll.
That's 18.
Okay, so you tell him that, and he's like, I'm not sure why Hicks would tell you to come find me. But so Hicks is back from the city.
Yeah.
That's good. What's going on there? Why did
Yeah,
he tell you to come find me? I'm actually just like hiding out here because of everything that's going on. What's going on, guys? Who
Well,
are
he
you?
didn't
That's true.
He didn't specifically tell us to come find you. He just kind of said, make yourself at home because we're about to go.
We're about to go. Where are we going?
Out of here. Do you not know what's going on at the city?
No, I have an idea. I know that Hicks and Rosiel were planning on starting the rebellion, but I didn't know we would be leaving anytime soon.
Oh, buddy, you're missing a whole lot. Sit down. Let me tell you about what.
He sits on the bench in the middle of the room.
Can I
So-
go into his room?
Yeah.
I wanna.
Chad's gonna
do
pet
a
the dog.
Perception check in the room.
Okay. Roll perception.
6.
You see a bedroom with some books and a bed and a dog. Chad pets the dog, and the dog seems very happy. The guy is like, as far as I knew, Hicks was working with Rosiel on overthrowing Avitus, and we've been just getting the fortress ready for whenever the rebellion is about to start. What happened?
Well, Alvidas is dead, so let's start with
He
that.
says, "Oh, good, that's wonderful."
But not due to us or Hicks or Rosiel.
Oh, bad, that's not wonderful. He says.
So there's this lich guy, and he killed Alvidas and killed half the city basically, and we barely escaped.
He is like astonished, and he's like, "Oh no, they were right then. When we came here, Rosiel told us that this place used to be home to a cult for the Rust Lich, the creator of this place. And the cult died out long ago, but Rosiel was working on deciphering some of the symbols here to try to bring back his power in order to overthrow Avitus. I assumed we would eventually just take him out with the brute force that we had and not any of those old wives' tales, but they must have been true.
I mean, he literally smashed Alvidas, so I don't know. We probably need those wives' tales now. So anyway, that's why we're here.
He looks terrified, and he is just like, well, I've just been hiding because there has been some weird people in here. Like, it's just the crew of the ship and a couple of Rosiel's men in here, but we've been seeing some weird stuff going on, and I got a little freaked out, so I've just been hiding in here and like hiding out and sleeping. No one ever really comes back here. You guys look pretty beat up. You're welcome to stay here and try to rest up a little bit if you want, but I don't know what's going on. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, do you have any way we can lock up? Because
Yeah, you cool if we all have a sleepover?
A few things in here.
So I'll meta really quick. You guys can rest here for the night, and this will be where we stop the stream for the day.
Okay, cool.
A classic thing that people would do like back in the day in D&D, like dungeon crawling, like if you would find like a safe and secure room in the dungeon that you were in, you could like board it up and like blockade the door and stuff so you could rest, and then people would not be able to get in, you know?
We put the shell.
So I would suggest that, and you guys can all like, he
Why we
invites you in, and he
Ramp
says
into
that
his room.
yeah, he says his name is Wilfred, and he is a NPC.
Wilfred?
And Wilfred, yeah, Wilfred, and he is a Beastmaster Ranger, and he's got this pet dog, and he invites you into the room, and you guys can stay in here with him, and he locks the door, and you guys can push the shelf in front of the door, and this will be a good spot to stop for the day.
So when we take a long rest, do we gain all our HP back?
Everything resets. Yep.
Awesome.
And it dies and everything, right?
Yeah. And we'll resolve all that and everything next time, and we'll resolve the consequences of you guys taking a rest and all that. But we're gonna end it here.
Quick meta question.
Sure.
Do we level up from this?
You guys are going to be level 4 now. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Awesome.
Like, yeah. So you guys are welcome to do that on your own, or we can do it next stream, whatever you want. But you'll be level 4, and then we'll continue next Wednesday from Wilfred's safe room.
God, I can't wait.
Hope you guys had fun. What did you guys think about the dungeon?
This map is so fucking cool. There's
Awesome.
so much. It's like there's like secrets and like I just want to like perception check like every.
Yeah,
like,
that's good. I'm glad you guys are getting into it, man. It went just as good as I like ever could have hoped. So I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. I hope everyone viewing the stream did as well. I hope you guys liked the map, the dungeon, the combat, the monsters. I thought it was awesome. You don't have to roll anything for HP, Donald. You'll just be like full health after the long rest.
Level up.
Oh, okay, cool.
This guy, dude.
Nice, very nice. Luca, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here, man. I hope you enjoyed. Lich, Tweedler, everyone, Random British Dude. Thank you, everyone. Let me just rattle off the freaking support today, you guys. Listen to this crazy shit. Lucy Lover with a 17 viewer raid, Khan with the follow, Game Gerbil with the follow, Glitter Mouse with the follow, Vita with a tier 3 sub, Lime Backward with a raid of 10 people. Like, thank you guys so fucking much. It's insane how much support we're getting for this game. I love it. It's my favorite thing that we do throughout the streams, throughout the week. I can't wait to do more of it starting in June. I'm glad you guys are having fun with it, and I love it. So thank you guys so much, and thanks for playing, you guys. You're killing it. You're doing so good.
It's just so much fun, dude. This is
Awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm really glad you guys like it, and I can't wait to get back into it next week.
Ability score level 4, right?
Yo, yeah. So we can level you guys up on the stream next time if you want, because level 4 is a little bit complicated. You can choose to level up abilities, or you can choose to take a feat instead, which is like a special, unique ability that you can choose by skipping the ability score. And feats are like pretty much like new powers, which are really good.
Let me take the feat in my thing.
It won't let you take one?
No, I can only up the ability score.
We can figure it out next time. Just leave yourself at level 3, and we'll level you guys up all on the stream next time. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool, man.
Hey, I still get my 8 HP bonus, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You rolled it fair and square.
We all
cheater.
Yeah, we are gonna have to end it, unfortunately. V, thank you so much again for the tier 3 sub. I cannot believe it. That's so generous of you. You don't have to do that. As soon as we get our Twitch payment, we will be giving 10% of all of the revenue to both of our charities that we support on the channel, and that will be a big part of it. I can't thank you enough. Like, our first tier 3 sub, huge thanks to you. As soon as I get the subs and the Patreon reward systems like fixed and all souped up and stuff, like, believe me, you're gonna be on that list. So thank you guys again so much. We're gonna have to call it a day here. I'm over budget on time, and I gotta go and take care of my dog and hang out with the girlfriend and stuff. But I will see you